say it looked cool to like us, just him. Remember, teenage kid.
This looks like an ideal way to test the tensile strength of my bones. Hey,
More or
look,
less,
I
I
am a
guess.
superhero. I totally called that.
There's somebody throwing a Superman punch in an MMA thing. I just found it on YouTube.
Okay. Stream is going, and I'm ready over here.
Well, that's a very undramatic Superman punch, but yes, he left the ground, so it counts.
That's called what a human can actually do.
Yeah, an actual human can't jump up 6 feet to do their Superman punch.
Yeah, I know. I'm just most Superman punches, to people's knowledge, are much more showy than that. Like even with like minimal distance grown, that's more a lunge than anything.
Yeah, but when you're actually in a fight and you're not trying to be a sport,
I know. I'm impressed you found
doing.
someone who actually knew what he was doing.
Well,
I
the
guess.
impressive part is how little build-up he did to do it. That was a pretty
he
good
kind of just
spring.
launch himself.
Yeah, that's hard.
Boing.
Yeah, exactly. Except when Clark does it, on Smallville, he usually jumps about 20 feet.
Woo!
Because we gotta get our wire work budget spent somehow.
Plus, it looks awesome in slow-mo.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
It's one of the ways Smallville was actually allowed to spend money since its budget was cut so awful.
yeah.
You know, 90210 had 3 times its per episode budget? Like the 90210 remake.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's...
To
that's
do
the source of
what?
most of Smallville's
Celebrities?
problems. I have no clue. Maybe it was for sets, or... Actually,
I guess
probably for
celebrities
sets,
require a
'cause
big
most
paycheck just to
Smallville-
show up now, so...
90210 was pre that. Or at least the original one was, I don't know.
Well, he's talking the remake, so that's why I'm thinking.
Okay, I don't even
Sorry,
know
what
when
was
that
that?
was.
That was in 2008, I think.
Oh, well, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, if I had to guess why they'd have a stupid huge budget just for cameos from, important people.
So, recap, go.
Ah, yes. We return once more to the 44th millennium. Our, well, you're not the heroes. I'm going to call you, mercenaries or the group.
I'm the hero.
You're really, really not heroes. You're kind of murdering what amounts to the local military and police forces. In fact, you already murdered your way through the police force. Speaking of that police force, you were accosted on planet and replied in the way you usually do, with excessive violence. After blowing your way through the best of the best, the QPD, I suppose, you managed to get into craft and escape an ace pilot on your tail all the way to your ship, where things are going absolutely terrible. Among its many problems, your crew is useless. There are a very great deal of Imperial soldiers crawling all over it, and rather importantly, your psychers are in the same room, and it appears they're anti-psyker assassins, whom your familiarity with is minimal, unfortunately, have more or less located you and are now actively hunting you. Luckily, it appears that Sketh is yet to be discovered, or his plans, and Desdemona is actually making some level of progress, though you are losing troops at a not excessive rate, but every man that dies is one less man to shovel coal, as the term goes. I guess in this case, dead bodies. So, I believe I wrote down where we left off the exact initiative. One moment. Ah, yes, of course. So, Desdemona, naturally, has a lead on this. You had recently left off in Cargo B. You are in the middle of essentially a fight. You are basically busy.
Pew pew.
Thus, I'm asking from you a ballistic skill check, an agility roll, and a toughness check.
Pew pew.
You have giant flame bolter cannons. We're like, bah, bah, and then they explode at the end as well.
Pew pew.
It's like cannon shot, and there's a cannon shot that explodes on them.
I think we're ruling
Pew.
that.
It's ballistics. It's in the order I say them because that's
Right,
fair.
but was it? I think we're ruling that my actual equipment edited this.
Yes, I am ruling that this is sort of you fighting more than anything.
Right, so this passes for ballistics. Fail on agility, and what was the last one?
Toughness.
Toughness. All right. Fail toughness by 6.
Ooh, that's rough. Unfortunately, due to your habit of leading from the front, it leads to complications when a grenade blows up in your face.
Yay!
Take 5 wounds. I've already edited it for armor, so just in toughness, just take the 5.
Right, up to 6.
And roll a command roll. You need to get things. Oh, well, look at that. Things are completely under your control. You walk that shit off and like pose dramatically and everything to make people think everything's fine. And when they look away, you just like hold your side and go.
Hey, I took a grenade and lived.
Well, you also had power armor, so it's a little cheaty. Regardless, though, thanks to your heroic efforts, even though you did get banged up, Cargo B is now under control.
Yay!
Come save your psychers.
I'm running like a pussy.
That is your character's design.
Yes, it is.
I mean, he's not wrong, but at the same time, that's the point.
If only there were teleport powers.
All right, then. Speaking of the Psychers, you two are separate. Carnivore is currently just disc boarding away, but Amundsen's still more or less in the thick of things. Carnivore, I need you
hiding
to
currently.
roll a pilot check for me just to continue boarding.
Okay.
The relevant one to your board, you know what I mean, because I know you have more than one. It's just,
Yeah,
relevant.
pilot personal is 52.
Right. Let's see what you get. Alright, you're fine. You board your way to Access A. And you discover that Access A is mostly abandoned because everyone's either fighting or somewhere else. There's nothing to say you're still pursued. There's nothing to say you're not pursued. It's just kind of up in the air right now. Unfortunately, on your turn, Desdemona's still cleaning up, so you can't. Well, you can talk to her, but she's busy.
That's fine. I'm gonna make my way down to her through the next few turns.
Yeah, if you spend your time
All right.
talking to her, she's mostly going to yell at you to stop talking to her.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, Desdemona, is your hair doing okay? I'm glad I got the curl in it right for you.
What?
This is where the next time she sees Carnivore, he gets a few new holes.
What parts do we need to keep intact for the navigator to work?
Their head. I know that much.
Mostly
you
the
look
head.
great with pink highlights. You want me to do it for you?
So we're just going to break his arms and legs.
Yeah, he doesn't need those.
Nah,
Technically,
doesn't.
someone else has to actually do the piloting the ship, but he can still show us where to go
I
without
could
those.
do the piloting.
Well, as you guys discuss how best to kill without killing your navigator, Amundsen, you're hiding. You might have shaken them off. It's hard to tell. Like you said, you feel safe-ish. So what I need from you is a stealth check, and then you just tell me what you're doing from there.
On the plus side, you said before that they feel like fucking dead spots, right?
Yeah, locating them.
Yeah, I'm not trying to track them, but I'll know when they're on top of me.
Yeah, you'll get a. That's why they don't just insta-gib you, is because you get that sense and you can defend yourself.
Right.
Otherwise, you'd
Okay.
be fucking dead.
Okay, concealment. That's a fail. Debating if I want to re-roll it.
It's up to you.
Hiding is kind of important.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how many more fate points you got left, buddy, but
I only have 2 total. I'll use one. There you go.
okay, you feel sneaky. What would you like to do?
Well, I need to do something that's not going to get their attention again immediately. I mean, gunshots are less noticed.
True.
There's a lot of
So-
gunshots going on.
Though I will point out that your gun fires deadly lightning shurikens, and while the noise may go unnoticed, lightning shurikens are
Well, they're not lightning.
Different.
They're just shuriken.
still kind of weird. I mean, I might not go notice it first. I'll grant you that one. Just
Yeah, because they do the same thing as bullets. They just look weird if they manage to find any shrapnel of them, because they explode just as well
I'm
as
just saying, if
bullets
you
do.
consistently fire the same group and like reinforcements come and see that shit, they might report
Oh,
it in.
sure. That's why you never fire more than like a few times at one group, because it's just like they're getting shot by everyone else.
Exactly. I'm just making sure you're aware of this.
Yes. So, well, I'm gonna. Should I just treat this as though I don't have my normal turn of actions, even though it's happening on like a grander scale?
In a way, yeah. You basically tell me what your intention is and how you want to go about doing that, and I tell you whether or not it can get accomplished in the amount of time you have.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep using in harm's way, which is a free action to use. It's basically just up all the time.
Yeah, that is the clone one, yeah? Clone no
No,
jutsu?
no. In harm's way is the one that gives me a plus 20
Armor?
bonus to
Okay,
all
yeah.
weapons and ballistic, and everybody shooting at me gets a minus 20.
Ah, okay.
It's a free action to use, and it just means I have to do a willpower, but it does not mean to move my token. And even if I fail, it just does the memory worm thing. I didn't fail. There you go.
I was gonna say if you have a color Conowart's boots where.
And
Right, then you didn't fail, so yes, you can maintain that.
then I'm just going to be using Foreshadow and shooting at things, where Foreshadow is the one that gives me a plus 25 bonus to one roll.
When we got here, my boots
So you're
were
taking
black.
single
See,
pot
now
shots,
they're
alright.
brown.
I'm taking single pot shots, yeah. But it means that I'm basically guaranteed to hit with it because of that.
I don't know, you'll probably take off the heads of fairly, troops here and there. It's just a lot of them are using cover and stuff, so a lot of times you'll ping off cover.
That's for willpower, and I don't think I need to even ask if I passed.
No, but you need to roll ballistics.
Yes, so now I'm rolling at a plus 45 on my ballistics, which makes it an 80.
Eee.
Only
Nice.
barely passes.
Oh, you pop a shot
speaking
off,
of-
and you hit someone's cover. You think this may be the least effective way to help ever. I
Okay,
mean, you won't get noticed, but doing
Yeah.
one shot a turn...
needed to try. I'm just double checking something. I'll be using my frickin' catapult. What I'll probably do is next turn use foreshadow and then wait a turn and go full auto on someone. That might do more, considering the shuriken catapult has a rate of fire of 10.
Yeah, you're good. What I'm going to ask from you is, I'm assuming you're trying to commit to the hit and run strategy of appear, daka, and go somewhere else, yeah?
Yeah, only go someone else if I know I've been noticed, but after at least 2 shots, I'll move.
Yeah, you're trying to maintain a level of secrecy to not get caught, because you're using a gun rather than your normal sword or psychic powers,
Uh-huh.
and you're staying on the move.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That means you're going to contribute to the fight, obviously, but not as heavily as like Desdemona on the front lines will be, so I'm just keeping note of that.
Yeah, but I'm not being targeted in the same way Desdemona is.
This is true.
I don't like
there's
sniper assassins.
There's still like things like ricochets, random explosions, shit like that you have to look out for, but those are less.
I realize.
Yeah. Right, back to Skith. You're in Dorsal C. You're aware Dorsal D is being used as a invasion location, essentially. You're not sure if there's recent arrivals or not. Kind of noisy on this level, to be honest. Orcs are amazing. Don't worry, I'll have you run into millions of them. You all die on them. Then you all will be orcs. Skith, what would you like to do?
So, question about what I know and remember about the command and bridge sections.
What about them?
Are there any sorts of hangars or airlocks up on that section of the ship?
There is one on a level below, but not on those levels, no. You know there's one on the level below because the level below contains a basically a mess hall for the officers. Not you guys officers, but like officers that help you guys out in command and bridge. And that mess hall definitely has an airlock.
Okay. Is it one I would be able to access? Like it doesn't have any hardened locks or codes that I don't know?
Unless someone's damaged it, no. It's basically used for trash. It's a little small, but other than that. Yeah, you'd say it's no bigger than, I don't know, 3 feet by 3 feet. If it was a square. It's more of a rectangle, but you get what I'm saying.
Okay, so enterable though.
Yeah, not standing upright. You could crawl in there, essentially.
Right. Considering all the shit that's going on out here, up on the dorsal decks and below me, I'm going for a little spacewalk.
I will remind you that you are actively being bombed.
And I'm going to stick to cover, going from not the turret mounts, but any piece of hardware
The turret
on
mounts
the
are generally the only pieces of cover that aren't like chunks of the ship that have been torn up due to bombing.
The things that are on my side, though, are that nobody's going to be able to specifically target me or anything nearly as small as me,
Kevin.
and I will probably only need to be out there for a couple minutes, which seems to be the length of these strategic turns.
Give or take, yes. Alright, you're gonna go spacewalking. Your companions cannot go with you. What do you want them to do?
I tell them to start taking some of the ammunition out of the feeds for the turrets, and start setting up ambush points in case anyone tries to flank our secured areas by going through Dorsal C. I leave it up to them to imagine how to accomplish this.
In other words, they won't accomplish this.
Yeah, pretty much, because they have no idea what the fuck you mean. What are they gonna do with, like, bullets roughly the size of a human? Like, what?
Use
Hide
them
in
as...
them. It's brilliant.
Block the hallway with them, and hope the people who come this way with guns in a few minutes are going to shoot them to get through. I suggest being back in Cannons B by the time this happens, guys.
Blow up our own ship. Okay.
It won't blow up the whole ship, it'll at worst damage a few corridors.
That'll probably take care of the problem with Missile A, too.
Yeah, it might.
Is the problem the Eldar?
Maybe.
Maybe.
On
Alright.
the good note for this is you should just hide behind bits of the ship that have been blown up, because as we all know, bombs don't strike the same place twice.
Of course.
Yeah, they're going to be bombing the turrets, so that's why I'm not going to be stupid enough to use them for cover.
Skith, I need from you, first off, a charm roll to convince these people that you haven't gone glibbering insane.
That's versus 80.
Well, you've not gone glibbering insane, apparently. You do actually have a plan. 2, I need a... I will accept an acrobatics and so on, but you don't have any of that, so raw duty it is.
Agility, which, thanks to things I've been spending on it, is now all the way up to 30. Go away, MapTool Library. I do not need you. I am not actually the GM here. There we go. Okay. Double checking something. This system does not have the at most spend 1 hero point per round type limitation that Pathfinder does, right?
Not really, no. Otherwise things
Nope.
get weird.
Okay. Before you make the roll, you can spend a fate to get a plus 10 bonus. It says here.
What did you say?
Risky.
Sorry,
if you
missed.
if you
what was it?
spend a fate before you make the roll, you can get a plus 10 bonus for it.
Yes.
Okay. I'm doing that, and bearing in mind that I'm still likely going to have to re-roll as well, so let's give this a shot. Versus 40.
Ooh.
Yep, that's what I thought. Hitting it again. Hey. Get back here.
No, going on.
Oh,
Yeah. No, not a dick. The trouble you're having is not so much getting out. That's just, hey, look, a fucking hole. I'm gonna jump in it.
Yep.
Oh no,
Your
this thing
trouble
doesn't have gravity out here.
is getting yourself like positioned and upright. The ship although on the inside it has its own stabilizers and balances, the ship is kind of moving slightly. It's not a perfect orbit or anything, and it's being shot at.
Yeah, so,
So
it's
it's-
undergoing random accelerations, although small, still feelable.
It kind of feels like a constant mild earthquake, and you keep teetering, tottering, and you're not used to weighing nothing while weighing a shit ton. It's just very, very confusing and difficult. So, unfortunately, you don't make any progress, and if you keep bouncing around like an idiot and someone happens to shoot you the wrong way, you might actually go into space, but I doubt it.
In other words,
Here.
you're going into space.
Not yet. He is in space.
Space.
Carry on.
You're going to be flying towards the sun by the end of this.
No, I'll be in the same orbit the ship was at the time I last touched it.
Relevant clip. Spacewalking. No. Of course. Desdemona, you have cleared cargo B. The
Yay.
is yours, sort of. The grenade hurt.
Well, reinforce cargo B.
Alright, well, that's your whole turn then. Just moving troops, setting up positions. Your psychers are bitching about psyker hunters, you know, the usual. Cargo B is now secure. Turn aboard. You're kind of grooving. Desdemona's either ignoring you or has better shit to do.
I thought we'd watch a movie. I'm making my way to her.
Alright, just pilot skill. I mean, it's at this point, it's not really that necessary. Yeah, just making sure you don't faceplant or something stupid. You notice that Crew A is not really... Well, it's under attack by the enemy forces, but they have enough of a position where they're not really in danger, per se. Not enough danger to where they're doing more than just report it to Desdemona, and she's like, okay, whatevs. So, you can commit and help to that if you really want to, but it doesn't look like that big a problem.
No, I'm gonna go lead help with Desdemona's group from the back.
Alright, so you're gonna keep moving.
Because that way, if some of these guys sneak up on me, I at least have her and her people to help.
Smart. Amundsen, you're still alone and being sneaky. Please roll a sneak check.
Sneaky.
Very sneaky. Alright, all I need from you then is a ballistics and then another sneak check.
Well, willpower as well, because I am doing psyker stuff that just only affects me.
Yeah, fair enough. That is true. You can cause problems.
Hey, look, still not a fail.
Yeah, well.
I'm just not going to fail unless someone's actually making it harder.
Or you roll dibbles.
Well, yes.
Did you say roll nipples?
No, doubles.
Yes.
But
No,
you can roll
no,
dibbles.
we're going with nipples.
Roll
Fire
damage.
full auto! That
Okay, I
actually
misheard
fails,
you.
so I
That's not
miss.
You miss all your shots. Another stealth roll, please. Okay, I'm just making notes. You don't feel like you're contributing very much to this fight. Sketh, you're in space.
Oh, I just realized what'll actually happen if he gets hit with a bomb. He'll be banished to the black hole.
Lol. Alright, Sketh, here is the options you have.
Mm-hmm.
Go back, or continue onwards.
Onwards.
Alright, agility to get yourself on the fucking... Get your feet planted so you can activate your fucking boots. I'm gonna guess that fails.
It fails against raw agility, but
But what is your raw agility?
the raw agility is 30. However,
Checking.
if I'm just getting mag boots attached to the deck plate, I thought that agility was to be making my way, like that last one, was to be making my way across the deck.
Well, what
Because
happened with the
as
last
I
one is
come
that you rolled so poorly that
Okay.
you kept bouncing up and down off. Like your mag plates would click, and then you just like lose your footing and lose it again. You rolled a 95, guy. Alright, but that roll, however, you are stationary and like settled.
Okay.
Two problems though. Problem number one, you still need to get going, but the problem with doing that is primarily in that there's an incoming bomber well, probably more than one, but you see definitely one heading vaguely your direction. I mean, like with the kind of distances and speeds going on, it's like, yeah, but it's making a bombing run and you're vaguely in its way, so. There is cover, but the cover is the turrets, and you're not sure if this thing is just shooting at like the ship in general or the turret specific. It's hard to tell at this distance. So I'm asking you, are you going to try and go for cover or try and just book your way to the command bridge as fast as possible?
I look at the turret.
Okay, it's huge.
Is it damaged? Is it merely blackened? Or is it intact completely?
The closest one to you has been definitely damaged by multiple bombing runs. You're not you can roll tech use to try to determine if it can still fire, I suppose.
Tech use versus 65.
Yeah, I think it still shoot. Whether or not they know that is entirely up in the air. I mean, it hasn't been shooting, so.
While I've been up here?
No. I mean, none of these guns are really shooting.
Birds with them. You say it's damaged. How badly?
There are at least 3 major holes torn out. And by major, I mean roughly the size of a tank. Keep in mind, this gun alone is probably roughly the size of 2 buildings. So,
yes.
2 big old warehouses stacked on each other.
All right.
Gun.
I am going to move away from the turret that I think that plane is targeting, and generally towards the back of the ship.
Alright, you're just trying to make progress and keeping away from turrets then.
Yep.
Alright, all I need now is... I need some rolls from my end. You were wise! Apparently his bombing was in fact focused on that damaged but not too heavily damaged turret, and several more holes are blown into it with a great deal of noise. Or rather, lack of noise. It's kind of weird because you technically have access to air through some holes in the ship, so it sounds weird is the point. Well, let's see. You have mag boots going, so you're stabilized. I'm gonna go with a toughness roll, because it was loud as shit. Or loud as shit relative to what is loud.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, there is air here, so there's sound.
I'll feel anything conducted up through my boots. I'll feel debris and spray of dust and atmosphere against my suit, that sort of stuff.
You're getting rattled, so.
Yep. Okay, toughness, you said?
This is you trying to endure it. I mean, you could try and roll agility, but I don't think that's the one you want to go for.
Dive! Oh, shit, no, wait. That succeeds against my 35.
Oh, look at that. You shrug it off. No problem. All right. Bottom of turn is Desdemona. Or top, or whatever. Desdemona. Yep. Cargo B is secure. It sounds like Carnamore is coming to reinforce your position, or do your hair. Kind of depends. You've not heard anything from Amundsen or Skith, though.
So Desdemona, make up your mind. Are you top or bottom?
According to your troops in Missile A, they had no assistance they can verify, so either Amundsen's dead or not there anymore.
Well, she's going to go with what she was going to do anyway. Sweep up the crew B.
Charge! No rest for the wicked. Son of the Emperor. Alright, you are engaging crew B. Because you have crew A and crew cargo B reinforced, you're going to pretty much crush these fuckers. I still need a command roll, followed by... No, let's determine the command roll first.
Let me see. I think I got some bonuses last time.
Your command's a 2 at 6 degrees of failure.
Right, so I got a bonus because I succeeded in rallying, so I have plus 10 there, and then it's a boarding action, so I have plus 10 again. So that passes.
Fair enough. This is all true. And with that, honestly, just the inspiring leadership plus 2 fronts is enough to win you this particular position of the ship. You've won yourself Crew B. It took some casualties, but you yourself are unharmed. Right, you still actually have some actions. Anything you want to do at this moment besides lead the way screaming?
I'm not sure what actions I can take left over at this point.
Not really much. It'd be mostly communication-based stuff, so if you wanted to, like, ask Sketh's position or Amundsen or whatever.
Meh.
You don't have to, that's something you can do.
I think she's just gonna keep focused on what she's doing.
Something about Emperor and Flame. Start aboard. Boogie board, boogie board, boogie board.
Yeah, well, once I hear she's trying to take Crew B, I'm going to actually enter through access A to help.
Yeah, I figured. Which is part of why it was conquered so easily. Like, you're leading reinforcements, she's leading her reinforcements, you're both from reinforced positions. Yeah, these guys are boned. I just need a boogie board check. Just one last one before you don't have to boogie board no more. I mean, you keep boogie boarding if you want, but...
I'm always boogie boarding.
Yeah,
But
it just
most
comes
of
the
the
risk
time
of
it
hitting your
doesn't
face on the
require a
wall.
check.
You don't have
Most
to
of the
roll
time
to
it does
walk
not
anywhere.
require a check, yes.
Alright, just checking something.
I believe if I go at half its speed, it doesn't require a check ever, so...
Hmm.
You're probably right. I was assuming you were going at speed, though, for all
Oh,
this.
I am.
Once you're with her, though, you'll just slow down for a sec.
Yeah,
Where the hell is it?
I figured that's why you're saying I don't have to roll those anymore.
Mm-hmm. These PDFs could not load any slower, could they? Regardless, Amundsen, it is your move. What would you like to do? It kind of looks like they're not really gaining ground here. I mean,
I kind of want to make a racket and then back up into Access A.
Could work. Judging from the chatter, Axis A is being pressured, but it's kind of up in the air right now. There's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. So what can I do that'll make a racket?
Lots of things. Depends on what kind of racket we're talking about, whether noise or something impressive.
Something that is the most damage I can inflict quickly.
On a lot of people, you actually don't have that much. You're a single target kind of guy.
The best thing I have is what I was doing before with making clones that didn't drop grenades.
I don't know if they get your grenades. That sounds weird to think they would.
They get them. They get all your equipment.
I don't know. What would they work, though? I mean...
They can do literally everything I can do except make another clone.
It's so fucking weird. I mean, you're just conjuring grenades out of the fucking ether. Alright, whatever.
That is kind of Eldar's thing.
No, it's not. That's really not the Eldar's thing. Eldar never fucking do that. What they make clones of themselves, yes, but then they get on either side of you and start swinging swords or throwing lightning. They don't grenade themselves.
Well, sure, I'd be swinging swords if it wasn't, hundreds of people.
I know it's more. I understand it's way more effective to summon grenades of yourself. It just seems so fucking weird.
I mean, if you want to, I could make a copy of myself, and we'll both just be like force bolting things.
That's fine. Then do your grenade thing. Memory of explosions out of the warp. Lol.
Might as well be.
Well, alright, so I'm assuming that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
There's no
Remember
real way to
time
do
he
that
intentionally blew himself
subtly.
up?
Yes, that it's not going to be subtle, which is why summon clone, it drops a grenade while I run back to Access A.
Run away, run away. Okay, I just need willpower then for your casty bullshit.
I wonder if that passes. Do you want the grenade damage, or does it not matter?
No, a grenade's a grenade. It's a plasma grenade on top of that. It'll kill schlubs, and that's all that's important.
Mm-hmm. But that'll probably get the assassins back on me.
Probably does, yeah.
I'm
If they
sure
weren't
you
already
can
on you.
activate, jerk.
Alright, you want another concealment before it's done?
Are you just straight up booking it, or are you actually trying to, like, I don't know, Batman this shit?
I mean...
Like, drop a bomb and slip into the shadows.
I'm already nowhere near where the grenade went off, just because how Executioner works.
Mm-hmm.
So probably run to Access A, like, not in the open, but not actively trying to hide, and then hide once I'm in there.
Alright, I'll take a stealth check then, just once you're there.
I'll reroll that. That passes.
But does it?
that your
Wow.
combat reroll?
No, luckily those aren't psychic powers. You are just hiding mundanely, so...
Yes, I don't have anything to hide me with psychic powers.
Otherwise, I'm pretty
Yes,
sure you just
that's
summoned this lesser daemon. 88, 66, I mean, like...
Yeah, no, they're not. It's not psyker stuff.
Good thing, too. Right then, you're fairly certain you're sneaky. However, Axis A is actually under attack by Axis B, it looks like.
Whoa.
Right. Skith. Things look alright. I mean, there isn't any active boarding parties in this section just yet. So, to continue on, all I'm going to need is considering the situation, a surprisingly easy agility check.
Surprising, he says.
Well, you're trying not to, you're minimizing the number of holes and shit you run into.
Would that not be awareness?
Hmm.
To pick
Awareness
my way
would make that
carefully
even
across.
easier, so I'll allow you that. Yes, you may roll an awareness to see them before you stumble into them, let's say.
That
Fails
actually
spectacularly.
does that does fail by a bit, but I get a feeling I'm going to need to conserve my fate.
This is just me figuring out how much progress you're making, that's all.
Yep.
Alright, you're making, considering the shortcuts you can take up here, it is much faster than going through the actual decks.
Mm-hmm.
Though I do need a toughness check from you, because you do hit Scrap a great deal, and Scrap hits you a great deal.
That is by 15.
Okay, considering your armor, checking. 1 wound.
Armor.
I know, I'm calculating your armor against the wounds I rolled. You take 1. Armor and toughness, and minus away from it, you have 1 wound. You take a wound.
Okay, remember 2 things. Plus 30 to resist adverse conditions. AP 10
Does a chunk
versus
of scrap
energy,
flying through
9
the air
versus
count?
explosive, 7 versus impact.
Well, it's 7 versus impact, because this is a chunk of... I don't know if this counts as adverse conditions, like a chunk of metal flying through the air and whacking you in the head. I mean, on one hand, no one threw it.
If it's not moving fast enough to be a bullet, probably is.
Yeah, fair enough.
If
Then they would
you're
just
in
clunk
space,
off.
it's probably moving fast enough to be a bullet.
It's not going to be like interstellar debris. It's going to be a loose piece of hull blasted loose from a recent explosion.
Basically, yeah, explosion went off, there's a hole, that hole has raggedy chunks, and one of those raggedy chunks, due to the vibrations of the ship, got torn free, and it's going maybe, decently fast, but considering his armor, it would kind of cling, so, yeah. With that in mind, yeah, the environmental thing is saving you here. I mean, if an explosion lands too close to you, you're fucking dead.
Yes. Oh, yes. I believe you there. Carry on.
Alright, Sketh has made progress, then. Desdemona. You're joined by Carnivore.
Damn.
And according to your communications, you're losing Access A and Missile A rather
okay.
quickly.
I was thinking
As
after we
Sketh is
take the
missing,
trip,
Hammond
we could
said
watch
it's
a
not
Hugh
helping.
Grant movie and I can do your nails.
Okay, you shoot Carnivore and elect yourself the new navigator by taking his third eye.
Yeah.
Either way, continue with my plan, which is to assault Access B.
Alright, you're going to try and get pressure off Access A by taking B. Fair enough. Command roll.
Does that pass?
Heroism engaged. Ballistic skill, followed by agility, then toughness. Any failures?
Let's see. So dodge doesn't count here, huh?
Unfortunately, no. There's just too much going on for me to just catch all dodge. Dodge is specific to stuff
Well,
shooting at
agility
you.
fails by 1. And toughness fails by 11.
Okay, just calculating.
You're rolling so well on your command test.
All
All
right,
right, be
so
a
here's what
commissar if you
happens.
shoot someone.
You basically hit debris with your leg, your wounded leg from the grenade earlier, and you're about to you kind of stumble forward a little far, get out of cover, and you're about to be shot to shit when, thanks to your heroics, speech, I guess, or way of screaming. You don't really know at this stage. All you know is that a few young, strapping lads threw themselves in harm's way and took bullets for you and died for their process. So it took a few crew members' lives, but you're okay. I mean, that'll be on your conscience for a while, but, you know.
Minutes. Remember who you're talking about.
I know, I said a while, not like, you know, long-ass while.
That is a while in Warhammer.
Yeah, it is kind of a while in Warhammer. Carnamore, does the bonus committed to murdering things?
I will help her murder things.
Alright, how so?
Yeah, same way I always do. I'm in the back. Pew, pew, pew.
Fair enough. Willpower, I suppose, if you're casting sorcery.
I'll have to check because I think I just raised my willpower. Yes, it is 61 now.
Okay, you explode heads. Right, you two are making excellent progress in XSB. Amundsen.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go get something to eat quick. So.
Alright. Amundsen, what would you do?
I will assist in Access A more openly.
Just openly for alright.
In other words, making clone swords.
Please roll me agility, then... Well, you need willpower for your bullshit, so roll that, but then agility, then,
Weapon skill.
No, yeah, agility, weapon skill, and then I'm gonna need awareness.
Okay. Well, willpower first, because, yeah. We're fine.
Agility, then. Because you need to get there before you can do anything. Fine. Go ahead and do your weapon skill to start chopping limbs. Kyaw?
Weapon skill has a boost right now. How much is it?
I believe you said 25.
Use the boost to get through.
20 to weapon skill.
Shut up,
Oh,
Pepe.
right. Was that willpower specifically for Executioner?
I presumed.
Okay. Executioner, did they get a bonus on their own weapon skill? The clone does for each degree of success?
Hmm.
So let me check how many degrees of success that was. And I guess I should roll 2 weapon skills. Okay, that's a 61 versus... Okay, so that's 3 degrees of success. So they'll get a plus 15 on their own weapon skill.
Nice. So go ahead and roll that twice, see what happens.
Okay, this weapon skill is against 75. This weapon skill is against 90. That's the clone. They don't do so well.
Doesn't matter.
Clone looks fancy.
I mean,
And now
it's
awareness.
another thing to be shot at. I'll re-roll that.
Sure, why not?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh.
Right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You see nothing.
Yeah, apparently not.
You actually go blind. Wow, that means you sure as hell don't see this coming, so let me do some rolls.
Let me guess. The Psyker Assassins?
Oh, no. Well, yes, but no.
Okay, so yes.
That's
You
it.
take a total of... See, you have your Psyker. What's your total armor right now and toughness bonus? Because you have that weird bullshit magic.
Armor is... Let's see, I get 5 from the telekinetic shield. And then how much is my base armor?
I think your base is also 5.
Okay, so my base is 4, so I have 9 in total.
Okay, 9. Do you have it all over, I'm assuming?
Yes, that's everywhere. My toughness bonus is 2, so that makes 11 in total of damage soak.
Let's see. What's your agility bonus?
My
Not
agility
your amount,
bonus?
but the bonus, which is every 10 is plus 1, so...
My agility bonus is 12.
120? Alright then.
Well, my agility is 60, but Eldar have the thing that doubles their bonus.
No, in this case it's base.
Like that. Yeah, I'm saying they have a thing that doubles their base agility bonus.
Really? All right.
Where is it?
Natural agility.
I believe you.
Yes,
I believe you.
unnatural
You're
agility.
an Eldar motherfucker.
I mean, they're
In that
spindly
case-
as fuck and have no toughness.
Yeah, so we'll see how this goes then. You take. Sorry, I need to. There's a lot of shit on this thing. Okay, you take 2. I think it's 2. Yeah, only 2 wounds. Hold on, but there's more. You take 2 wounds. You
Okay.
take 2 critical damage.
Wait,
and you need to make
what?
a toughness roll. No, you heard me.
What?
You heard me.
No, literally how? That's not doable.
Yeah, it is for this guy.
How? Because critical damage happens when you go over wounds.
He has the ability to do critical damage if he succeeds on a certain thing he do. Which he has. Go him.
Okay.
Assassins are assassins.
Yeah, he's doing something that allows him to deal critical damage if he
Okay, I'm at 2 wounds.
meets certain requirements. I don't want to give it away, damn it.
Are these like Ordo
What-
assassins?
This guy is actually not. They do. I think you might have some of those on your trail, but this one is not.
Okay.
Okay, what did you say I need to do?
Okay, you took 2 points of critical damage. You took 2 normal wounds,
Uh-huh.
and you need to roll a toughness check.
Okay, what's the critical damage? Like, where is it and what is it?
This is actually to your head.
And what type?
Impact.
Oh, so he's a sniper?
Yes, you just got shot in the head with a bullet.
Yeah, fun. Okay. Okay, let me go find what exactly that is.
And I mean a slug thrower, like a bullet. It was a big fucker.
Yeah, like
Kinda
he's
like
using a
being
50 cal
punched.
sniper or something.
Something like that, yes.
Okay, I see stars. I get 1 level of fatigue. It's up for a -10 to weapon skill and ballistic skill for a round.
There you go then.
That could be worse.
So you do need to roll that toughness check for me.
Okay. Not good. What am I rolling toughness for?
Because this was a toxic weapon.
No, lovely. Well, I failed.
Let's see. So, I don't remember. I think it just gives you fatigue, but I'll double check what it does.
I can look if you want to go to Sketh's turn.
Sure, could you do that for me? Just double check what it does.
Yep, toxic.
Speaking of Sketh.
I'll assume that's unusual ammo.
Yes, it's under unusual ammo, but it's under toxic weapon quality, so if you go to weapon qualities, you'll find it.
Alright.
Just this thing loads at the speed of...
I continue making my progress.
You
I
do.
hope.
Okay, you believe you're at the hatch. All you really need to do now is...
Okay, failure. We need to do this now. Failure
Oh.
with a toxic weapon deals an immediate 1d10 points of damage to the target with no reduction from armor or toughness.
Oh.
Yeah, problems. So roll your 1d10. That goes over my wounds.
Blurf.
No.
Okay, so that goes 1 over my wounds. That's still impact damage to the head.
Mm-hmm.
That's only 1 point of critical damage to the head, so it shouldn't be that bad.
Well, I
It's
already
still
did 2.
awful. Yes, I know, but it doesn't stack like that.
Who's getting
I
their
know.
head blown off?
Okay, I have to make another toughness test or get another level of fatigue.
Go on.
Yeah, sorry, I have some bagels that are going bad.
Yep,
so
I have 2 levels of fatigue.
just wanted to make them
Ouch.
before they did.
Does he have any time to like communicate any of this?
All you hear over the comm is a oof, and he doesn't. That's all he gets across, because now you just see fucking stars. You're spinning in place. Your sword is wobbling. You have no idea what the fuck's going on.
When I get to my turn, I could run the fuck away, but
Yeah, you can. Right, what was I doing with Sketh? Right,
You
okay, you
think I'm
found the
at
hole.
hatch?
Alright, so here's the problem. It's been damaged.
Okay.
You can maybe squeeze through if you weren't in your armor. So you need to widen this hole or find another way in.
Get out of your armor and squeeze through.
He's not that kind of alien.
I shed my carapace, revealing my squid-like true form, and No.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me either. It's 40k.
Oh, good. Here I was thinking that you were actually referring to me. Dude, you met me.
Lol.
I was referring to you.
Yeah.
Lol. He's too skinny. He wouldn't be able to fit in me. And the squid thing he'd fit would be like this pathetic little jellyfish thing. All right then. Go ahead.
Hmm. Okay, so I just need to, like, there's just some damage to the frame. I need to widen this a bit in order to be able to fit through.
Essentially, yes. How you do that is up to you, man.
Well, I'm wearing armor that is meant to, be able to take some soaked heat damage and whatnot. And is the frame bent, or is there just some metal in the way that I'm not strong enough to pry?
It's a combination of things. It appears that heat has warped some of this, and a chunk of it, a ragged chunk, is kind of essentially wedged into place here. You could probably, like, if you were strong enough, just muscle the wedge out. Through the heat damage, you're not sure what to do about it. It's made it much tighter than it should be. At least for the initial in.
I have two things I can try, and I'll probably be only able to try them one at a time. What I'm going to try first is using the exterminator cartridge on my pulse pistol.
Daka.
That should be like that should be a sort of napalm, which means it's assuming it's self-igniting from the cartridge, then it shouldn't spread out or like, have you ever seen fire in a vacuum?
I've seen it on, like, yes. I've seen it.
It's just a flare of heat, the heat around it. I'm going to try and splash that directly on some of this metal, hoping that it will heat it just enough for me to be able to bend it out of the way.
That has to be an agility roll. There's no way around it. That, or at least a tech use. Let's go with a tech use and an agility roll. Tech use to, like, help.
What's the agility for? Because all I need to do is hold still while I
thought
apply
your
this.
hands were in coordinated messes of blurf, like derp duck hands or something. Oh no, you edited this armor to be slightly different. Right.
Yes. Yep. This
Alright,
armor
you should be
still
fine then,
opposed.
so just tech use.
Okay.
To be efficient.
Versus 65.
Excellent. You, Amir, in the one of the kitchens.
How are my surroundings?
Sorry. It's not immediately apparent there's any enemies in here, but you can hear a lot of movement coming from everywhere. They're not in the kitchens, but they're probably in the mess hall and at least using it to, walk between.
All right, so they're probably passing through the actual mess hall, not through the kitchens.
Yeah, no, the mess hall includes the kitchens. It's like it's such a big area. I can't like.
Roger that. Okay. I try to hide myself in, like, an oven or a walk-in freezer or something. Something I can open from the inside.
Either of those things are designed to be. There's a walk-in freezer that you could open from the inside, yeah.
Alright, just while I gather my thoughts and figure out how many people are in the immediate area. Don't want someone to walk around the corner and immediately shoot me.
Okay,
I'm going
you
to
get
point
to
out that all walk-in fridges
freezer.
and freezers can be opened from the inside, but then I remembered OSHA probably doesn't exist in this time.
Yes. And the only reason I might be willing to hide in an oven is because I'm in a heat-proof suit.
You wouldn't really care if they turned it on, would you?
Plus, you're delicious.
You are delicious.
Fresh the taste of heresy. Carry on.
Okay, my
Kentucky
question for
Fried
you,
Heresy.
Sketh, is I need an awareness check to... Well, not awareness, stealth, that's it. Yeah, I want stealth because you are this big, lumbering, stompy thing, and you're trying to not draw attention to the kitchen, so...
Are you asking me for silent move?
Kinda, sorta, yeah. I just assumed you didn't have it.
Well, it's a basic skill, which means I have it at half agility.
Yay!
So that's versus 15.
That's close, right?
Oh yeah, it's only off by like 40.
Perfect.
Clang, clang, stomp, clang, rattle, open door, slam, close door, slam.
So it's like when we tried to sneak around with Nemithra.
Kinda, sorta, yeah.
Yeah, the cleric of wind chimes.
You get the impression that someone heard you because there's some shouting and something to do with go check that. So
They heard me over their own boots. Now you can mark me impressed.
Well,
yeah,
theirs are just leather boots, though.
yeah, that's the thing. Leather sounds markedly different from the huge metal stompy thing. They probably think like
The
some
guard
pans
don't
have been
get-
knocked over.
The guard don't
Oh.
get good armor.
God, no, they
Oh.
don't.
Actually, all right, that gives me another idea. But are you asking me for a reaction now or what?
If you have one, I mean, like you're in a freezer right now with the door shut. You heard them say that, so you have like an immediate reaction to them saying that.
Well, I still have my pistol at the ready, so I have my pistol at the ready and am trying to conceal myself in this fridge.
You try really hard to look like a fridge.
I just mean get out of view of the glass in the door if there is any.
You shuffle slightly to the left and realize there's no room to pull that bullshit because it's basically food on the left, food on the right, food behind you, you in the middle.
Look like a steak.
Try really hard to look like a steak. Yeah, that might work.
Actually,
You're
You're this
why we
huge,
have a
bulky,
steak.
like-
one.
I have a vested interest in not being found. Therefore, I have a stake in this fridge.
Oh, God.
Hey, take a -10 on your next fucking roll, motherfucker. No, not that cruel. Yeah.
If sarcasm made you lose rolls, I'd never get anywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, the problem with you is that you are in like big ass power armor. You are literally like hulking. Like you cannot hide in here. There's barely enough space for someone who is like human sized to like squeeze themselves down to a ball. Never mind, you're a huge ass.
Yep.
All right, with
But
your
if
head,
Nintendo
huge
has
ass in
taught me
trouble.
anything, it's that somebody who's human sized can become the size of a tennis ball.
Lol. Desdemona.
So, how's the fight going in B?
Pretty good. Your small problem though. It appears that you're being flanked.
From where?
From Dare.
Rude.
And it looks like Access A's troops are swinging back at least some of their force to get you. So you're basically being attacked from all fronts, and this is going really bad, really fast.
That's not cool. Only I may attack this.
Can I send a... God damn it. Seriously, you're gonna make it hard for me not to actually want to kill you.
I need a command roll to get control of the situation before it's a rout.
I'm gonna
Alright,
re-roll
start
that.
routing.
I'm re-rolling that, asshole. Yeah, that's better.
Yay!
Alright, there you're able to maintain command. What are your orders?
I need to send a runner to crew B.
Okay, someone obviously would have a runner available. What is the point?
I want them to start pressuring Access C.
They don't have much to go for. They don't have a lot to throw at, but they'll try. Okay, that's out of your hands at this stage. Like that may or may not happen. What's your actual orders for the troops, though?
Basically, I'm just hoping they take some pressure off the flank.
No, I
That's-
understand the plan. I'm just telling you it's out of your hands. So what's your orders to the troops in front of you right now who are being shot at? From all angles.
Fortify a defensive position.
Okay, so just try and hold.
Yep.
Okay, just hold as hard as possible, man. For the Emperor! And the enemy is also screaming for the Emperor, so someone here is frickin' heresy. And you got a strong feeling it may actually not be fucking them.
Nope, it's them. I'm the divine instrument of the Emperor.
He
Damn,
has brought you
faith
back
makes
to
you stubborn.
life twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the warp is more likely to do that than the fucking Emperor, but...
Nope, it's the Emperor.
Uh-huh, alright, sure. Guess I'm gonna need another command check. Agility and toughness is what I'm looking at here.
Oh, there's my command.
Wow, okay, they're not moving.
Wow.
You lean
Way
into
of
the bullets.
opposites, isn't it?
I'm debating re-rolling that one. I think I'm going to re-roll that one. Well, it's less of a failure.
Still a failure. Toughness, please.
11 again off.
Damn, you are not having a good time. I'm just calculating. You get winged in the left arm for... You have 9 armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Toughness of +4, so it's 13. 3 wounds. You're pretty sure snipers are like actively shooting at you. Is why this is at all. If it was just like small arms, it would do fucking nothing. But as snipers are trying to kill the obvious leader lady.
Yep. 9 wounds of 20.
Okay. Oh, got no more. Things are looking pretty tight.
Yeah, I think I'm going to help crew. I'm going to help the people in crew B in their assault on Access C.
Alright, so you abandon Desdemona to the wolves? Not really.
No, she'd actually be happy with this plan.
All I need from
Giggity,
you...
giggity.
Let's see. I kind of need a command check from you, Carnamort. Because you are assuming leadership, I presume, of the assault.
Do you have Intimidate?
That's not a bad one either.
Let's see, I have command at 31. Yeah, command is my bad one. I have charm and... Is Intimidate a basic? Because I don't have it on my thing.
It is. Intimidate can be used of either strength, intelligence, or fellowship, depending on how you're doing it.
Yeah, for some reason I don't have Intimidate on my sheet, so...
It's a basic based off either of those, though. So if you haven't skilled it, it's going to be half whatever stat you choose.
So yeah, that's still 31 either way.
Might as well do command then. It has less repercussions.
More or less, yes.
Okay.
I will spend 1 feet. That's slightly better. I'm not going to
A
be
random
doing that.
schlub declares himself in charge because he wears a bigger hat than you, because he actually wears a hat, and leads them into a suicide charge. That looks fun.
Oh well, works for me.
How would you like to contribute to this particular combat? I'm assuming with eye laser. Or actual gun. It's up to you.
Eye laser would be my thing.
But does
If there's
draw
any-
attention.
If there's any point where actually getting up and doing my really bad thing will do, I'll take the fatigue to do it. But
Unless you put yourselves on the front lines, which I defaulted you to not ever doing ever.
yeah, I would probably not do that.
Yeah, I would ask, but I know Desdemona will always be on the front lines, and you'll always be as far back as possible, so I didn't feel like I should ask.
Well, I'll let you know if I change that plan. If I get wounded enough, I might fall back to like right behind the front lines.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. So, assuming you're in the way back, Carnamort, all I need from you is willpower to use your laser eye thingamajig. That's a failure.
I'll
77.
spend 1 feet.
That is not. Lasers come out. People die. Thanks to your presence, it's not a complete fucking failure. That's the good news. The bad news is you're losing people. They like walk in, get shot, fall over. Next guy walks in. It's not good. I mean, you're definitely drawing pressure off. They at least need to keep people here to like do something, and you yourself are actually making decent progress thanks to eye lasers. But if it was just the people, this would be just completely useless. So it's a good thing you came down here.
Yes, pretty good.
I'm on the send. Your head fucking hurts.
I'm gonna run into crew A.
Fuck y'all, I'm gone.
I might
You
go
throw a smoke
circling
bomb
around
first?
to Desdemona at some point, but I'm running the fuck away.
Yeah, you're fast enough to where if you just spend your turn, you just go straight there, and you're just like, ow, my fucking head.
Yeah, my head hurts. I'm gonna sit here for a minute.
Alrighty.
Okay,
Since
Martian
each
Manhunter.
combat round is a few minutes, right?
Yeah, give or take. It really depends. I can't. It's like between like half a minute to like 20 minutes in some fucking cases. Like this is real hectic.
I realize. But that means eventually my fatigue will be going away on its own.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, you're totally correct there.
Fatigue we.
Sketh, you're inside of a fucking freezer, surrounded by disgusting looking lumps of, I don't even know, gray matter? Something they eat. You don't know what the fucking lessers eat. And there sounds like some men are rooting through the kitchen. They haven't looked in the freezer yet, but unless they mistake you for a fridge, like a fridge inside of a fridge.
See, that's why you gotta get power armor that can disguise itself as a fridge.
All right, see, I've got two options here. Try to jump them and get past them, which I've no idea what they're armed with, so that may not work well out for me. Or I can shed this armor, because I'm wearing a chameleon cloak underneath.
Yeah, always possible.
Our next plot hook will be tracking down the guy who steals your armor.
Lil.
Alright, in Sketh's honest assessment, is there any way that he can get a look at how many are in the kitchen coming searching for him without making more noise?
Frankly, you can kind of just look ahead and more or less see at least a few of them. Yeah, there's no real way to be super specific because you can't tell scalps from other scalps. So it's coming down to there's at least 3, possibly 4.
What are they wearing?
Helmets, the classic Imperial, Imperial Guard helmets, like pretty uniform. Oh, I'm sure their human faces are slightly different, but without being able to see much of the detail due to their constant motion and the fact that they're humans. And, well, when you're studying one human's facial expressions, you're pretty good at it, but when there's like 5 and passing...
I mean, are these militia or guards, or are these Marines? Are their outfits space-capable, and are their outfits well-armored?
Most definitely not space-capable. They've got las guns. They're just classic Imperial Guard. They're not really equipped for anything except dying and maybe shooting.
How do bulkheads work on this ship?
What do you mean? How do they fucking work on this ship?
How frequently are there airlocks as opposed to just doors?
Oh, just pretty damn rarely, at least at this level especially. You have them in specific spots in case there's fire. So there is one in the kitchen besides the ejection one for just trash. That one though is controlled by command. You could maybe force it open with enough gun, but any airlocks you're going to find on this level are most definitely controlled by command because they don't want those things fucking opening anywhere near them. Well, you don't understand what trash is to them. Trash is stuff that is been processed so many times to where it's basically a lump of plastic, and they can't do anything with that, so...
You can turn that shit into boots.
Yeah, I mean food. This is a kitchen. Like, eventually, when they resynthesize the same fucking meal enough times, it just turns into hardened plastic, and they can't eat that, so out it goes.
No, I watched Star Trek. You can turn shit into boots. They said so in Enterprise.
They don't need boots.
I reholster my pistol, pull my rifle, kick the door, take one step out, and shoot the airlock I came in through.
All right. Fucking cowboying. All I really need is a ballistics check.
Because I need the opportunity of surprise. So I'm going to
Surprise,
try and
motherfuckers!
blow that airlock because I'm the only person I can see who's equipped to handle it.
Like I said, ballistics.
Yep. Ballistics versus a. Well, I suppose you need me to hit a part that's fragile enough to do what I want it to. So
More or less, I need you to see if you A, actually hit a fairly easy target, but B, the wounds you roll is actually really important this time around.
alrighty.
Well, you hit an easy target, so go ahead and roll wounds. This is actually the important bit.
Okay. Now rail rifle. Check. Okay, none of those are twos. Pardon, none of those are ones, so I don't count them as twos. None of those are tens, so I don't re-roll them.
Well, that pen 12 is kind of saving you here. You punch a big enough hole to where it's noticeable, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. It's like you haven't torn the entire covering off. There's a couple safety features in there that prevent that easily. But yeah, there's air escaping fast, and there's quite the pull being made towards that little hole. It's roughly the size of like two of your fists. Pretty big.
Okay.
Well, they're surprised. They probably shit themselves. It's hard to say.
What I'm counting on is, are they going to try and run for it, noticing the escaping air,
I'm
or
rolling.
are they being paid well enough to attack me first?
Well, I don't see any fucking commissar around, so they're fucking running.
Okay.
They run screaming. They even drop their weapons. What do you need? Because they're going to go alert everyone who's out in that mess hall real fucking fast. So what's your plan here?
What did they drop?
Last guns.
Just las guns?
They're Imperial, yes, last guns.
I was hoping for a grenade I could throw after them.
Unfortunately, they never took those off their holsters, and those are attached. So they didn't drop their pants, unfortunately. So
Well, you said they shit them. Never mind.
yeah, it doesn't mean they take off their pants.
Well, no, the shit was just so heavy.
Exposure
fuck's
to a
sake.
vacuum sometimes makes me take off my pants.
Y'all
Alright.
are sick fucks. What do you do?
I can't help it.
Is there like some sort of counter or anything between the kitchen and the mess hall, so I can see how many people are about to be alerted?
Yes, there's a kind of serving station. So just glancing over there, 12-ish.
In similar outfit?
Yeah.
And has the airlock out of the mess hall sealed yet?
New.
Probably alarm just not tripped yet. I'm going to position myself in cover so that people in cover relative to the entrances to the kitchen,
Gotcha.
and take another shot at that airlock hatch.
Bang!
Widen the hole.
Alright, so that's a much bigger, more impressive hole with some serious tug going on. It's a good thing your boots are magnetized. Right, so that's happening.
Do you need additional
down to-
damage?
Yeah, you should roll damage. I've already kind of calculated how much bigger, because you only shoot a bullet that's so big, but go ahead and roll. You could do something insane.
Yeah, that 1 turns into a 2, otherwise none.
Wow, that was
That was very close to minimum damage, yes.
That was so poopy. Alright, well, Desdemona, it's your turn. The good news is you've not been wiped out. The bad news is some things have changed.
That's when 5 rhinos come driving through Access P.
Sadly, they can't fit rhinos in most of this place.
Yeah, they were gonna stack them.
Alright, so you've lost Access A and Missile A, and you're being pushed hard from every direction except behind at this stage.
Giggity, giggity.
Things could be going a lot better. I mean,
Alright,
yeah.
I want a controlled retreat to Crew B and then reinforce.
Alright, command, please.
That's a failure by 1.
How's a route sound? Route sounds fun.
Ugh. That might be worth your once around +10 to something.
I have to give it
Doesn't
to
work on
someone
itself.
else.
Oh, right.
I mean, if I could
Yep.
give it to any one of my sub-officers, but...
That doesn't work like that.
Yeah, give it to
I
one of
mean,
your sub
they are
officers and have
helping,
them
but
roll.
not that much. They're helping enough to where this is just a your skill, basically, check, rather than a difficult or hard one. Because remember, your crew
Well-
sucks. Like, it really sucks. God, this crew is terrible. So,
To be
full-on
fair-
route?
I only failed it by 1, so they're not going to disobey my orders.
No, they're retreating in the direction you tell them to, but they are retreating and retreating as hard as possible. So, they more or less full-on route to Crew B, and that means, unfortunately, you can't reinforce. Carnivore, you're busy trying to push an Access C when suddenly Desdemona and all her troops come storming back in a panic. Probably not a good sign.
Well, she's not panicking. She's yelling at them.
Well, she's trying her level best to get them back under control, and that's basically her whole turn, is screaming at them. Do you want to keep pushing Access C, or what?
For now, until we come up with a new plan.
Fair enough. You can keep pushing. Willpower and agility.
My agility is 52.
Well, I need a toughness then.
My toughness is 31.
Life is not treating you very well right now. Okay. What is the armor on your left leg?
All of my armors are at 7.
Okay, just checking. Toughness bonus is 5, right? Or sorry, 3.
Yes.
Okay. Take yourself 3 wounds as a shot manages to nick you. You basically get caught up on a piece of cover, you hit your leg, you go, ow, then someone shoots you, and you go, ow.
Actually, hold on. What was his agility failed by?
Well, it was a normal check, so that's up to him. 1, I think.
It failed by 5.
Okay.
Wait, I rolled a 56. It failed by 4.
You're in my sector.
This is true.
+10.
Actually, no, he's not. Remember, he's pushing
Well,
Access
then
C,
don't
so...
keep him in that fucking sector.
Sorry, I want him in the between spots, but I don't want him that far forward, and I can't, like... Here, I'll just know that for now. He's not actually made that much progress. He's, like, betweeny. And you just got here.
Fine.
I'll
I
let
just
you
wanna
normally,
help.
but... I know you want to help, but, screaming at him over the Vox, I mean, this is a big fucking area on top of that. Screaming at him over the Vox doesn't do too much. Hey, asshole, dodge. What? Oh, my leg. Right. Carnivore, you are making some progress, though. I mean, it's not terrible or going awful yet.
That's fine.
Hobinson, what are you doing?
Well, I assume Access A is now trying to get into Crew A.
No, actually. At least not as far as you can tell. I mean, there is some to keep you guys inside, but they're not allowed assaulting or anything.
They're not assaulting. Okay, well...
Kind of does, yeah.
Okay. I don't know where on earth you get that idea from.
It sounds like Amundsen, like it'd be like some kind of almond company.
Yeah.
Sinful almonds.
We're gonna move to Crew B.
I'm not better.
Hi,
Mine sounds
guys.
like a meat processing plant.
And Amundsen will tell Desdemona, as soon as he finds her, which won't be hard to do considering how fast he can move.
First thing you notice, Desdemona, is there's a bullet roughly the size of your fist just in his helmet.
Cool. That's not always been there? I'm pretty
You
sure I
didn't put it there, so...
I don't know. I remember shooting him a lot.
Yeah, but your bullets aren't that big.
One,
Also, yours
Oh,
explode, so there's not really anything left of
so
your
because
bullets.
she's a woman, she's got smaller bullets. Sexist.
She got
one?
pistols is why she got smaller bullets. Also, her bullets explode, so there's nothing there to have anyway.
I'm just screwing with you, man.
1, snipers. 2, psyker hunting assassins.
Bit busy.
Wow, rude.
Well, she is kind of yelling at troops, trying to get them to not run away right now.
Well, it's understandable. I'm just like, it's funny.
I thought you told him to
Okay.
get busy.
Skith. Funnily enough, the troops who, the guys, rather than rallying and charging your position, have all fled. I mean, they took their guns with them this time, but like they're not sticking around. They're leaving the fucking kitchen. Or mess hall, rather.
And I forgot I had muted myself so that I could eat. I am
Dark.
going to make my way over to the I'm going to follow cautiously, and if the mess hall airlock closes while trying to do so, clearly I will have to deal with that first.
They appear to be heading to the barracks south, so that's where you want to go?
Oh no, first I just want to get to the entrance to the mess hall and check the hallway.
Well, okay. Checking the hallway there, you notice something actually a little odd. There's some servitors, you think? Or, well, they could be people, I guess, with cybernetic implants, but that's a lot of cybernetics.
Mm-hmm.
They're guarding a tech priest, and you're going to assume it's not one of yours, but maybe. And he's like fucking with a bit of wall. You're not sure what's going on there.
You say they're guarding, they're well armed?
There's at least 16 servitors, give or take, and these are big, bulky ones on top of that.
You can take them.
And
We
they're not
tried
the kind that are like
just on-
casually armed. These are the kinds that have heavy bolters in both their arms.
You can
Yeah.
take them just as surely as Aaliyah could have taken those 2 rocks at level 2.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you do technically have a shot on the tech priest who's working, but it'd be one hell of a shot, and it definitely draw attention.
And these guys aren't probably going to worry too much about hard vacuum, are they?
Servitors would not give a fuck, no. Even the
Or
tech
at
priest
least
probably doesn't give a fuck.
Or at least, at most, some of them are going to still have their original lungs, so...
The thing is, even if they do, they don't really need to breathe if they're combat-oriented ones, so...
Alright, are there...
It's not blocked by these guys, but there's no real way to take the hallway without being seen.
Yep, and I presume I need to go into the hallway in order to make my way
Yep.
up to the higher decks.
Yep, to get to command. It's the only way.
Can I tell what he is fiddling with?
Tech use.
65.
Raw int, please. Just roll me a raw int.
Also 65.
Is some sort of panel? Like, he's removed a section of wall that shouldn't be removable? Like, and didn't even need to, like, force it or anything with tools. He's found a false wall and is fucking with it. Not sure what that's about.
Got a wall fetish.
Am I sure it's not one of ours?
Well, you don't really have any servitors on this ship. And if it is one of yours, he's under, like, duress. Oh, well. what
Yeah, I
do?
know. I'm thinking. If it is one of our tech priests, would he be tied into the ship Vox or not Vox, microbeads?
Unlikely, unless he was important.
Okay,
Like, in charge of an entire sector, important.
gotcha. All right. They're not blocking the way. I presume you mean within running short
The
distance.
hallway
I
is
could.
both big enough, wide enough, and goes to enough areas to where you could literally run by these guys. And at the narrowest, maybe brush shoulders, but you'd get by. Assuming you could like somehow be as fast as Amundsen for a bit.
Fastest man alive.
Right.
Bye. Woo.
Yeah, that sounds like blocking. All right. One last thing then.
It's less deliberate blocking, more there's just that many fuckers in here. What do?
They're just guarding him. Does he have any sort of markings, anything that might imply that he's in command of them?
Tech use and knowledge Imperium.
Well, that's yeah, never mind.
Well, he's not wearing a gigantic
In that
hat,
case,
so
yeah, in that case, I'm going to have to. In this case, I'm stuck between trying two different gambles: shooting him and going back into the vacuum of space to find another way in, or bluffing my way past them.
Ha!
I'm totally with you guys.
They're servitors? You're not. No.
I don't need to bluff them. I just need to bluff the guy who's in command of
He's
them.
practically a servitor anyway.
Quick, get into racist white man face.
Lol.
Greetings, human.
You don't really know jack of shit about how this works. The most you know off the top of your head without a rule is that servitors are blank slated robots, essentially the same as your drones, with the exception of if they're given a specific order to shoot something, regardless of like other orders, like they can be pre-programmed with a certain order that'll kick in regardless of what they were doing at the same time. So you can be saying patrol around here, and they patrol. But if they've also been told at some point with higher authority to let a certain person by, they will regardless. Like, it all depends on that sort of crap. But they'll never, ever, 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 ever just randomly do
Act
something.
on
It's
their
all
own
programming.
initiative.
Yeah. There's nothing going on upstairs at all. Like, your drones have more fucking individuality.
Well, how's about this? They did not shoot those guys who just stormed past them fleeing, right?
No, they didn't. I didn't even seem to pay attention.
I'm going to shoulder my rifle so it does not look like I'm directly threatening.
Fair enough.
Like, holding it, leaning the stock against my shoulder, not holding the stock against my shoulder and pointing it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay.
Position, non-combat.
Yep. Marching pose of the rifle, and I head out into the hallway, intending to making body language as to simply walk past them on my way to somewhere.
In the ballsiest move of the century, you just march past the servitors. Funnily enough, they don't seem to respond to anything. They seem to be just standing there at attention, guns pointed. They're watching you, but they're not even turning their heads to watch you. It's just kind of they're watching, and you happen to be within the zone of watching. Now, you can just slip past straight to command, you think. I mean, there's a door to command, obviously, without going by this tech head, or you can go by him deliberately to, like, for whatever reason, to see what he's doing, maybe.
I'm going to stay
Because
out.
he seems busy enough to not notice you, or at least not care. You must assume your stomping is just more troops.
The closest I'm going to get is outside the circle of his guards. I'm not going to cut in between them in order to get closer to him.
Ah, well, that's not going to get you much closer than anything. I mean, I'll let you roll another tech use, though.
65.
We're all int again?
Also 65. And
Son of a bitch, you are dumb as hell.
well, I'm a little stressed out right now.
You kind of are, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely some sort of false wall he's been fucking with. It surprisingly hard security. He's either hacking through something, like he's either talking to the machine spirit, or he's trying to fix some. It's like it's really up in the air. He's doing like 5 things at once. It's a bit beyond you.
Yep.
However, you can now get to the command door.
Is it sealed?
Yes, a lot.
From which side?
You're going to assume that side, and not this one, because this one, you. I don't even think you can seal it from this side.
I get on my microbead and start calling for members of the command support staff.
Okay. I need an awareness check.
I'm definitely going to put fate on that. That's better. That succeeds versus 52.
As you reach for your microbead and like turn it on, essentially, you see the servitor sort of click and start like rotating towards you.
I don't need to do any reaching. It's inside.
You know what I mean? Like as soon as you activate the channel for the microbead, these things are like turning. I'm presuming you stop.
Mm-hmm.
And they stop.
Okay. These guys are homing in on our command frequency.
Pretty much.
Are there any other exits from this? Like, I presume there's at least 2 or 3 others.
Oh
But
no,
what
this
are
hallway
they?
goes several places. And it heads to the barracks, which is where the Imperials fled, and it leads to this particular spot.
Okay, to the command, it leads to the mess hall. Does it lead anywhere aft?
Yes, it leads here. This would be... I'm trying to think out the word for it. It's sort of like a really long elevator, I suppose you call it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know what to call it.
I've been calling that whole vertical section the ship spine.
There you go, that'll do. Essentially, there's an elevator there. There's also stairways and all sorts of other things. That is primarily for mechanical fixing purposes, especially of all these like guns and so on. It can't access command, though. At least it's not supposed to. I mean, you could blow your way in, I guess, but... Stop that. It's not axes. But holes. I slap you. The access elevator, though, would definitely bring you to a number of other positions. Most of them start becoming mechanical. Like weapons, mechanical, and eventually fuel for the engines.
Where is communications from?
Command. It makes up like a lot of...
Even...
Like, it's a fair...
Okay, so the physical equipment, not just the management systems.
Yeah, no, command is... This is way more space than command would actually need. It includes all the stuff.
Okay.
Because command would take up like a room. A room.
Right. Is this door to command? Is it opaque? There are no see-through sections.
Oh no, it's a solid... It's a door made of metal.
Are there any cameras on it?
There's a camera watching from this side, so... Like, if they were paying attention to the command camera systems and, like, that one was happened to be working, then yes, they could see you outside this doorway. If you knew sign language, I mean, like, you could sign at them, I guess.
Just knock on the door.
Ooh.
Let me in. What could go wrong?
Everything.
The people I know among the command staff.
Yes.
Do any of them know High Gothic?
Actually, yes, a couple would. Specifically, the one in charge of essentially refueling. You guys handle the actual getting the fuel, but someone has to sit down and talk to the fuckers to guide their ships and so on, and like haggle among other jobs.
Actually, I'm thinking High and Low Gothic aren't likely to have separate alphabets, are they?
Not really, no. There's some differentiating. Let's put it this way: High Gothic has an alphabet. Low Gothic has slang, has graffiti.
Gotcha. Alright, there's no way I can safely pass a visual message. In order to not look like I'm loitering and possibly being a problem, and in order to keep on the move, I'm going to make my way to the access elevator.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to look like I belong because fuck it, I do, even amongst this invading force. Notes.
None of the servitors seem to bother with you, and the tech priest is busy. You will pass rather close by him, though. So I need.
I thought I already passed by him and the gaggle of servitors around
No,
him.
you were able to get past some of the servitors, but servitors are very spread out throughout the hallway.
Okay.
Like they're like every 15 meters, servitor. 15 meters, servitor.
Mhm.
And eventually the guy who's working on the panel is actually essentially just to the left of where the hallway you take straight to command. So he's like right next to it in a way. But you have to go past him to get to the access elevator. So going past him, though, I need you to... Actually, I'll let you do another tech use and an intelligence roll. But I also need a
Oh yeah, worked fine
deception,
the last
essentially.
student. Yep. Tech use. Int.
You are the
And-
dumbest fuck. Alright.
No,
And
he's
let's hope-
not dumb. He just doesn't remember things.
No, he doesn't at all.
And, well, here's hoping I have similar luck with my deceive and not worse luck.
I'm guessing having that Eldar around constantly erasing bits of his memory has done that.
Yeah, that might be fucking with your head.
That one is versus 90.
Yeah, you're good. You are fine. He doesn't even like notice you stomping around. He might think you're a servitor in like patrol mode or something. Regardless, your unusually ballsy tactic seems to be working splendidly as you make your way to the access elevator. Desdemona, things are looking tits up. And not in a good way.
Well, we need to reinforce Crew B. What kind of progress has she seen otherwise for what's going on?
Carnivore's doing a bang-up job attacking C, but he's going to get like cut off and swarmed
Right.
fast if he doesn't
More
pull back.
communication-wise, are they pushing into anything else in the meantime?
It looks like they're putting their full effort into going to Crew B from the looks of things. They're going to try and get... They recognize you as the threat, like you are the command threat. They're coming for you, and they're coming for you
Then
hard.
yeah, we need to reinforce Crew B.
Command check, please.
That's versus 70.
Alright, you're good. Even with the penalty for them panicking, they get their shit in order. You are reinforced. You get like a last stand kind of tingle. What do you do besides that, if anything?
Honestly, for this section of it, I'll just prepare to repel invaders if they come in.
You get the pikes out. Alrighty, Carnivore. According to the chatter from Desdemona and the other crew members, it seems like they think you're overcommitting and might want to pull back. You don't obviously have to, you can just keep pushing, fuck it, but...
Well, she should know I don't like to pull out. I'll stop that eventually. Yeah, we're gonna pull back.
Alright, roll me command so it's not a rout. That a failure?
31.
Yep. Well, that was a fun route. You lose more troops on the way out than you almost did coming in. Almost. But you get out of it. Could have gone better, could have gone worse. You regroup with the team. Go team. Amundsen, I need you to do an awareness check.
Okay. I
Huh.
see everything.
I guess you do. I need 1 second, please.
I have become a god, and now the Chaos Gods will eat me.
This time for fun instead of for profit.
Yes.
Well, we've already established that Xenos are delicious, so I don't blame them.
Howdy.
Oh, that fucker.
He's the one who did that thing to your head, by the way. Speaking
Is he
of,
really? Ugh.
Hey, guess what? Hey,
Bang.
he shoots you again.
First he kills my giant eagle, then this bullshit.
Well, can I make a dodge with the
However,
actual
yes,
sniper
since
roll?
you've noticed where he is, you can finally roll your dodge.
Yeah.
Nope. Alright, let's see. Unfortunately, there's no way he's beating your agility rolls. However, he's done 2 more wounds, 2 more points of critical damage, and I need to roll toughness again, don't you? Yeah, you do.
For toxic.
Yep, he's not going to stop using those.
Failure.
Alright,
So
well,
roll another d10. First off, roll fatigue. Actually,
so first off, he did 2 points of wounds to you. So, how many wounds did you have before any of this?
my wounds are maxed. Don't forget about it.
Okay,
I'm
so
looking at
that's-
critical damage. I'm looking at what I got. So first off, I get 4 points because he inflicted 2 points of critical damage and the 2 wounds that go over it in the same attack.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I get 1d5 levels of fatigue from that.
And yeah, he keeps shooting you in the head. He can just do that.
I realize. So roll 1d5. This is not going well.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, he's really fucking lethal. And you pissed him off.
But now that you know where he is,
Yes, well,
We pissed
That's-
him off by him
the problem
really getting
is-
us killed? Fuck him.
I have become useless now. Roll 1d5, please. Okay, that could be worse. I'm stunned for a round, and I now have 8 levels of fatigue.
well, better pray
He
to
seems
the
very
Emperor
satisfied
and
with
come back
himself.
with all of
Unfortunately, you
your
were
wounds
the only
healed.
one to see him.
Yes, and I'm stunned.
However, I will point out, Desdemona, use an awareness check. I mean, someone just snipe your fucking dude.
She is AFK at the moment.
Oh, well, when she gets back. Tough sprinkles for you, Amundsen. You got shot in the head. It
Uh-huh.
hurt. You've seen nothing but pain. I mean, you did see that fucker before he shot you in the face.
I'll make
Yep,
an
but
awareness.
I'm stunned.
It turns out he's really fucking good at his
I
job.
failed my awareness.
Yeah, you did. With Amundsen out, it makes its guest's turn.
Describe the access elevator section, please.
Okay, there's a couple. It's a massive churning pit in a way. Essentially, you have this gigantic square pit in front of you, which is a rail in front of that goes both stairway with a rail, winding up and winding down. The elevator clearly takes the central shaft area, but you can take the walkways up and down. There are several doorways leading to other elevators similar to this section. You'd guess there's 3 from what you remember.
Okay.
Each one goes higher than the last. The one you're at right now goes to the absolute highest point. The one beyond this goes to a slightly less high, and the one beyond that goes to the lowest points, but the least high. Basically, to go as low as possible, you need to transfer around. To go as high as possible, same thing.
Okay, so there's several elevator banks.
Mm-hmm. And there's a stairway for each of them, so you can't just walk this shit, but good luck with that.
All right. Do I hear any activity, movement, stomping troops?
Things tend to echo in here, so you hear yourself a whole fuck ton, but otherwise no.
All right. I head up spine. I stare.
Hop, 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 hop. All right, that's gonna take a while.
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing you really need to roll here. It's just that takes time. That's a time thing.
Yep.
Desdemona. Still not back. All right. Didn't expect Percival C. McLeach, did you?
Yeah,
Not
well,
really, no.
clearly
It's
he
kind of
found
odd that he's here.
Well, two reasons. One, you fucked him on payment. Two, you guys have risked the entire planet for your own ends.
Risk.
Fuck you.
Risk? My ass, we risked the planet. We tried to
I
save
recall
it
you
once or
paid him
twice.
Is Xeno attempting to save anything is the equivalent of just exterminating it, so...
Well, by save, I mean police them for all of their economic output, but
Yeah. You're also probably going to cause a massive depression in like a year, but that's another story.
And to be fair, it's Warhammer. If they're not in depression, something's weird.
Like more depression than normal. Like the entire city gets consumed by the forest kind of depression. And they all
The
revert to
entire
tribal
empire
ways
can't
and a medieval
always be in
society.
depression. It would never survive that.
blame it on the warp.
Economic forces would tear an empire like this apart after 20 or so years of depression.
I don't think
Makes
economically
sense
it's
that
depressed. It's just everything is depressed. It's like economically, I think they're doing okay. Like it's just like pure like money, they're fine. But there's an extreme gap between people with money and without money. And those without money are basically just fodder for fire, like literally for fuel to power things.
So exactly like now.
Kinda, but I'm not currently being like whipped into a frenzy, a religious frenzy to be thrown to a actual fire to power a starship. So I think it's a little better off.
No, that would be the Republican base.
Lol.
Please don't hurt me if there's any Republicans who actually watch this. It's just a joke. Although you got yourself to blame because Donald Trump's your front runner.
Oh God, why?
Most of the Republican Party isn't happy with that.
Oh, I know. If you, it speaks to how broken the American election system is because he has support of about 12% of the population, and he gets this much of a voice.
One could argue, if Donald Trump was a particularly savvy man, that's the whole point he's doing it.
I'm not sure he understands that level of sarcasm.
I don't think he
Yes.
does either, but I do
Among
think it
other
does give
things-
us.
Among other things, he still wears that toupee.
Plus,
Yeah.
every business venture he's ever been involved in has tanked. He doesn't tell you that part. They don't tell you that part.
I'm not certain it could actually be every, but there is definitely a representative.
Oh yeah, the stuff that he actually gets his money from is just from licensing out his name. It's not from any actual business ventures he's involved in. That's the only thing he's ever successfully done is made himself look like a winner and license out his name to get money.
Money, 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 money.
The Trump Hotel's not owned by him. Trump Wine not owned by him.
Yeah. Anyways,
Desdemona.
yeah, said need
Return
brief
to us.
AFK.
By the power of Grayskull.
By the honor of Grayskull, because I believe she is She-Ra.
He-Man!
Lol.
She sort of looks like She-Ra.
Well, I'm glad I came back exactly to the He-Man call.
Yay!
I'm sorry, I could not remember how to do the voice for She-Ra's main villain.
Hey, guess who's been shooting us?
I don't even
Everyone.
remember who She-Ra's main villain was.
He was some sort of weird, like, goblin skeleton-y thing. Like, not proper skeleton, like just white-colored helmet thing.
Yeah, there's where my sexism comes in. I remember He-Man way more than She-Ra.
Everyone remembers He-Man way more than She-Ra. That's not sexism, that's just He-Man was more popular.
I like She-Ra more.
Well, that's fine, I'm just saying.
Also,
It's
He-Man
more
has an
memorable.
awesome video.
I like
Yeah, that's
She-Ra
true.
more, and I don't remember any of her villains.
Yeah. Alright, so, Desdemona, Amon Sense has been shot. Awareness check first. You're pretty sure he's been shot by a sniper. With bullet.
Because there's a new bullet sprouted from his helmet.
Yeah, that's versus 40, so if I don't pass that...
Yeah, like I said, he's really good at this. The fact you saw him at all, fucking Amundsen, was a goddamn miracle.
Yeah, Amundsen rolled a 1, and he knows that Percival, the guide who got,
Remember your hunter guide who was growly
Oh,
and
yeah.
swore a lot and was kind of pissed off at you
I'm
guys for
glad he's
sucking?
here.
Here's
Oh,
here's the bad side. I have 8 levels of fatigued, and I'm stunned.
Get good.
Hey, I've been playing Dark Souls. I better,
Yeah,
Get
but when
gooder.
you die here, you don't respawn.
eh.
this is
Well-
true.
Unless you're me.
Yeah, unless you're you.
Speaking of you, your troops are reinforced and the waves are coming in. You are going to be busy fighting for a while. So, I need a command test to hold fast, naturally.
Oof.
Not so good.
Can anyone assist with that?
No.
I think you actually can.
No. Hey, Carnivore, do you train in this?
Well, no, I think it's actually a charm or they actually can assist.
Well, Amundsen can't because he's stunned. Carnivore?
What would I need to assist?
Because I think we did this last time with
Trained
Steph.
in either command, charm, or intimidate.
Ooh, charm.
Okay. Roll up your charm.
Ooh, fail.
Okay,
Right.
well, don't add the degrees of success then. No.
The charm was 63.
Unfortunately, you
Unfortunately.
lose ground. Not a lot of ground, but some ground. You have to fight all the harder to gain it back. So, I need a ballistics check from Desdemona. I'm assuming she's, on the front lines shooting things.
Let's see. I'm assuming she'd be using semi-auto, so that should actually pass.
Alright, that's fair. Agility test to deal with the rigors of combat.
Ha!
No, toughness test to also deal with the rigors of combat.
What a rolling. How does rolling work?
I don't know. Let's see. Your armor is 9, toughness of...
Party of Dark
3
Eldar.
wounds.
Let's do it.
3
This
wounds,
is-
exploding right leg.
Okay,
I
wait,
figure that's the
wait.
settings equivalent to a Shadow Mage.
You've
What's
taken
up?
3 wounds, and he's only telling you the location and damage if it goes over your wound total.
Oh, okay. Well, that's, yeah. No, we're
Something
close.
exploded on your leg. Probably a bolter shot.
I have 8
right
wounds
leg.
left.
Okay.
What's
What's going to happen here is we're all going to die but Sketh, and Sketh is going to get to the command area and, be there, but he'll have no one to fly the ship.
Last one, I swear. Something exploded on your leg and Cardboard's next to you, so you assume it was him.
Lol.
God damn it.
Speaking of Carnivore,
Just shoot him already.
Seriously,
I'm
if any of
assuming
that's
you're
in character,
fighting
it's
for your
making
life.
it hard for me for her not to have killed you already.
No, I'm not doing that in character.
what are you doing in character?
Well, I guess I'm going to try to get a line on the guy who shot Buddy Boy in the face again.
Alright, awareness check then. So it's going to be very hard with all these people attacking.
14.
Not bad. You know
My
he's in
awareness
excess
is
B.
43.
No, you know he's in excess B, but because of the waves of literally a war going on all around you, more than that you can't say. Especially without being in excess B. So speaking of the war going on around you going to do anything about that?
Well, yeah, that's my whole thing. I was actually going to poke my way into a small group into Access B and see if I could actually get an eye on him so I can warp by him.
Ah, alright. You need to, take some crew with you, naturally, to do that, so I need a command check to convince them to do the thing.
Why can't I use Charm? I actually have that one.
Because you're ordering them around, you're not asking, hey, can I have your soda? You're asking, follow me to glory! Either way,
I'll
you
use
would
my
have
last
failed.
fate,
Yeah, the only difference is I haven't commanded them to follow you
and
and
it's also a
succeeded.
fail.
So you tell them to, go with you and guard you, but they're like, no! no! Right, so you're forced to just fight in here for a bit, with all the movement you're making. Alright, yeah, I need an agility and a toughness test from you for the rigors of combat. Well, the good news is you're tough as hell.
I think that's the first time anyone said that about Carnivore.
Probably.
I think we're going to lose the ship.
Good news is you don't actually take any wounds, but you do get kind of cut off a bit. You're not entirely cut off from Desdemona at this stage. You can still definitely reach Access B or Access C, but if you continue in this position, I guess, or something doesn't change, you will be split off. Right. Amundsen, you're dizzy.
Well, I'm not stunned anymore because I didn't get to take any actions last turn.
Oh, you're right, so that means he gets to shoot you again. He'll do that. So he goes before you, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Well, technically he goes after you, but I didn't shoot you again, so anyway.
Go ahead, shoot.
Well, you can't dodge this, so he shot you.
What do you mean I can't dodge it?
You're stunned, because he's taking his turn
No,
before
I
your
was
stun is
stunned
done.
last turn.
So he shot you, you're stunned, and then stun is over.
Yes, he shot me. I was stunned. We went through my turn, so I'm no longer stunned.
Ah, okay, yeah, you're right. So you can dodge this. Try and dodge.
Even that will actually be a pass even with the fatigue. That's low enough.
Is there anything you can do about that?
He can suck it up.
Oh, what's your agility bonus right now?
My agility bonus?
Yeah, with the
change.
fatigue screwing with you.
Agility bonus doesn't change. It's still 12.
Oh, does it?
No, fatigue affects rolls, not bonuses.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he just misses. Bang, ping. Unfortunately, you lose sight of him because he decides to move shot.
Praise to the Emperor.
I mean, you know he's an
Except
access
no.
B, so I'm not going to bother moving him, but you don't know where.
Well, I'll tell Desdemona that I'm getting shot at by some human with a rifle.
No shit.
Yeah, that's not really gonna narrow
He's
that
dressed
one down.
in blue and wearing a hat. He does not look like an Imperial Guard.
That narrows it down. So what the fuck would Percival be doing here? Well, shooting you, apparently.
I mean, he's a mercenary, basically, so...
And if he's good enough at his job to go hunting those fucking things on the planet, you remember how lethal they were, so...
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta kill him and use face to prove our dominance.
Amundsen's gonna go hide in a hole somewhere. He's been shot a lot.
To the hole!
Do you have meditation?
Meditation. I don't know this off the top of my head.
Well, you still need to roll me your stealth, so go ahead and roll your hide.
That'll be much more difficult now. Yeah, that's not passing with the fatigue.
Yeah, you're kind of just limping along, holding your head, and just desperate.
I'm trying to find a hole where he can't see me from Access B.
Basically, if you can find somewhere where you can get 10 minutes alone, you can remove a fatigue level.
But that's only if you have meditation, right?
Yes.
Which I don't think I do.
I've been telling you to get it.
Yes,
Oh.
buy it now in the middle of combat.
Yeah.
Oh. Speaking of not seen, hey, Sketh, this stairway is really fucking long.
Amundsen's John Cena now.
Now, the good news is that at more or less the end of your turn, you are level with what you think is the command area. I mean, like, there's a wall used to command, it's thick as fuck, and who knows what's actually in there, but, like, if you were to burn or shoot your way through, you could get to command.
Now, see, my reasoning is, if that was doable, these guys would have done it.
That is the thought, yeah.
So I'm going to search what I think is the back wall of command,
Okay.
and search for a thin section, or at least not, multiple meters.
Okay.
And begin tapping out a sequence, hoping someone over there hears.
Well, I need a tech use first and foremost.
To identify an appropriate section of hull.
Mm-hmm. I don't really know how else would be applicable. Well, that's low enough for me to tell you this. There would be one place they haven't tried to get in, and for good reason. You could theoretically go spacewalking again, but above, and get in through that way. Now, the risk, naturally, is them panicking and shooting you, causing major damage to the command center in some way, like wrecking the communications or something. There's risks, but That may be doable, whereas going through the access elevators wall may not. Or you can still try the knock-knock theory, but that's also unlikely. As a final note, and if you were a tech priest, you could probably just go spacewalking, hack your own communications array, and explain to them the situation. But unless you feel like real fucking confident in your tech usability, that probably isn't going to be a good idea.
Well, I'm a fair distance away from those damn servitors now, so I'm going to briefly get on the comm and to anyone listening in the command section, I am coming in through the radio stack. I can provide proof of my identity when I get there. And
Acknowledged.
make my way up.
And you just announced yourself to the enemy. This will be fun.
Yeah, well, that's why I told them I'll be able to prove myself when I get there.
Right. Desdemona, things are looking terrible. Command check.
Versus 70.
Alright, you don't lose any more ground, that's the good news. Are you going to continue to fight in the front lines? And do you have any new orders for them?
I need to ask you a couple questions about how we're setting this up.
Okay.
One of which is how fortified is a position if I take troops elsewhere?
It goes from fortified, which is an extra 50% strength. So it basically goes from 150% strength to just 100% strength. So you're taking 50% of troops with you.
If I'm taking the troops I've been assaulting with normally.
Oh, just your command squad? Then it just loses the 20% command bonus I've been giving you.
Because right now, we're just fighting a losing battle, and that doesn't really...
Well, yes.
Yeah, she's going to lead an assault on midships. If there's no one there, we're going to take it and fortify it.
Fuck it! There is, in fact, no one there. So what are you taking with you precisely? Everyone, or are you just having are you having your entire troops maneuver themselves into the midships? Are you leaving behind a rear guard, or what's going on?
Well, I'm basically leaving behind enough that they can still cover the entrances and hold people off.
Yep.
Yeah. We're not planning to assault from B from here on out, basically.
Alright, I need a command check.
Versus 70.
You're good. You've made it to midships with the majority of your forces. You took more losses on the way, obviously, but you got them moving quick enough and have a rear guard in place. So they're not going to last too long. Carnivore, it appears Desdemona is fucking off with most of the troops.
Well, I'm going to make a command check to see if I can get them to try to take out Percival with me. I probably won't be able to, and if I can't, I'm just going to roll my eyes and follow Desdemona.
All three of them. Alright, you get a small group together.
Yeah, I actually did manage to do it. Okay, we're going to seek out Percival specifically.
Alright, you're going to try and hunt down Percival McLeach. Alrighty. That'll, I need an awareness tech from you to get on the trail.
Fuck!
Well, you went to access C on accident. Oopsie doodles. No, you have no idea where the fuck you are.
Worst roll ever.
That was my 100 earlier.
Hey, Amundsen. Awareness check.
Oh god. I have 8 levels of fatigue. It fails.
Well, hi there. How's your face? Sucks, don't it?
Actually.
Those raptor sounds. And you die. You die terribly. No. You probably will, though.
I very well rolls are necessary before you say a character's dead.
Yeah, but it's Joel. He's fighting the Velociraptor monster, and he's just like, screw, yeah, this might be bad.
Is that what it's supposed to be? It looks like a Hydra.
Does no one shoot that as it's coming in?
They all left.
No, I left a rear freaking guard.
Yeah, and Joanna stealthed its way up to Amundsen, who'd been stuck there for 2 turns in Percival's vision.
Didn't I specifically say I wanted to go to a place that was out of the vision from Access B?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you did, but by that point, Joanna was on your trail. Like, just actively hunting you. That's what he does. He sends Joanna like a hunting dog after the thing he's shooting. This is what he do, and it's working wonderfully for him for once. I was kind of expecting you to just dodge his ass every time. Speaking of Joanna, alright, so she swung twice and hit twice. I'm assuming you want to dodge one of those.
I might as well try. I'm not expecting anything to work. No.
Let's see. Joanna.
Fee, fi, fo, Anna.
Well, I just gotta hope.
Okay,
I
I've
can
got
fly
great
out
news for
like
you.
Hmm.
You only take 1 wound.
Okay.
I've got terrible news for you.
Hmm.
Roll toughness.
Poison.
Nope. Okay, so hold on. What's the type of damage
Wow,
and where?
you're lucky. It was rending.
And where?
This bite was on your left arm.
Oh, so you took into account, damn it, like toughness and armor, right?
Yeah, no, I dealt with all this crap. And only dealt 1 wound to your left arm, but it's a critical wound because and did another 1 because of toxic.
Okay, that does basically nothing. It just makes me drop anything I was holding in that arm.
What's
Which
in
at
your
the
left hand?
time would have been nothing.
At the time, it
You
was
drop
a
your
big
glove.
move.
The other head
running.
is firmly attached to your skull, but thanks to your helmet, is not chewing through your skull. So that's happening. What do you want to do about that?
I mean, I can still use psi abilities.
Yep.
So, telekinetic crush.
Okay.
Mind crush.
Don't you have to roll willpower?
I will. Congratulations, it fails. Everyone forgets a thing.
Does that 10 explode?
It does.
I believe it's a willpower test, isn't it?
This one, to grapple you to do shit, but it does damage regardless.
So it does. So explain to me how this works. You roll
Okay,
your
hold on.
willpower.
Hold on,
Regardless
I'll
of
go-
pass or fail, it goes off.
That's what he's looking at. And yes, it does. It's just side effects.
Yes, unless I get doubles, it doesn't become. Actually, hold on. Let me double check something here.
Because you're in the negatives in terms of fatigue.
Yes, I know. Well, it's a minus 80 at the moment. So
Yeah,
it's
I
not
don't see
negatives.
how you're even pulling this off as the thing. Like, you can't
Well,
concentrate
hold
at
on.
all.
Minus 80 is not negatives for me. In terms of willpower.
Well, I mean,
so...
if you roll a 28, like, is that still...
Just let him, give him some time.
I had to double check this because I had to go look at the different way Eldar do this every time.
Yep.
It's very annoying.
Meatballs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong macro. Sorry, I wanted that one. So you don't have to worry about Emperor's Fury.
Alright.
I would have just changed the modifier if I were you, because you still roll a 1d10 regardless.
Should I do that? Eh.
No.
It's the same dice.
Shh.
But no, it's important that I do that one, because if I go with the other one, that is a Perils of the Warp roll. Which I could do for, desperation's sake.
Do you want a Perils of the Warp, or do you want to
Actually,
just
fuck
roll
it,
the
yeah.
other thing?
Go with the first one. We're having Perils of the Warp happen.
Sure, let's go get that table out, shall we?
Yeah. I'm actually by.
If you're at it, you're at it then. So, go ahead and roll on Perils of the Warp.
Well,
Who
in the same
needs
section, I
loves
need to
of
find
pasta?
where it is.
Yep.
Where is it? Wait, why the fuck? Damn, I didn't want navigator powers. Okay, Terrors of the Warp. Let's see how badly this goes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what, we just roll 1d100, right?
Here comes the demon portal.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and roll it.
1d100 and we see what happens.
35. 35 is chronological incontinence. Time warps around the Psyker. I wink out of existence and reappear in 1d10 rounds and suffer 1d5 insanity points and 1d5 permanent toughness damage.
Well,
Well, it still does my thing. That just also happens.
you don't know what happens. You poof. You start crushing it. It's squealing, and you poof.
I poof,
could've gone worse.
but out of character, let's resolve the,
I did. It's a. Oh yeah. Well, what? Okay. Is there a willpower test engaged or not?
Okay, the total damage is 27.
Okay.
And the willpower...
Yeah, I remember he getting opposed. I just don't know what it does.
I think that's if you want to grapple them, which I can't anymore.
He can't pass the
Okay.
willpower to grapple.
Yeah.
All right. So he just does damage for free.
Well, roll willpower. Because I failed that willpower, I got warped out of time.
Yeah. Well, that's. Yeah,
Also,
fair
if we're
enough.
going to talk about bullshit-free actions landing damage.
Well, he still has to. Like, you've seen him miss before, Percival. He's gotten lucky a little bit, but like, you were with this guy,
This is
fully
just-
statted. You
That's
missed a
the thing.
lot.
This is the system. That's just
Yeah.
how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just
Carry
find
on.
it annoying how much better psychers are than everybody else.
Yes,
At least the other
congratulations.
psychers.
I just got warped out of time, which actually, hold on, I need to roll this.
The
That'll
difference
actually
is-
save your ass, probably.
I have
Is
been
that-
warped out of time for 8 rounds.
Plus insanity and permanent damage.
And
Uh-huh.
psychers have an innate failure rate where no one else has one if they get that high.
You mean the doubles thing?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
They
suppose.
always have a way of failing, no matter how good their skill is.
All right. Okay. So
So
you
I'm
just do
gone
the
for 8
damage.
rounds.
I'm the one with the bullshit power. If I can see somebody, I get free damage on them.
And I take toughness damage. That hurts.
Yeah, especially for you.
My toughness is
Alright.
already just 20.
Oh,
I resolve that and write your
Hold
poof
on,
for a while.
did you
I mean-
did you roll
Mhm.
the D5 toughness damage? Because that's applied by the time you make it back.
Yeah, good point. Might as well.
Actually, I should look up what exactly that does. But yeah,
Let's
let me
just
double check
Do
that.
that while we move on, because that's
Okay,
not
so
really
yeah,
important.
1d5 insanity points and 1d5 permanent toughness damage. I remember I have
Yeah.
something for insanity.
Took 2 insanity and 1 toughness. There. Done.
Okay, well that could be worse. Let me go double check this insanity thing.
Yep. Well,
Okay,
insanity
now,
has like
The
levels.
one thing I have is Jaded, where anything but Terrors of the Warp can't give me insanity but fear. Terrors of the Warp will.
Well, this is a
Okay.
Terror of the Warp. Now then, after you is hey Sketh. You're spacewalking. Go ahead and just roll me a agility check and a toughness check, cause space.
They're even shooting up here.
Actually, funnily enough, they are. They're trying to take out your command tower, so there's actually a lot of gun going on around.
Hmm.
Or not your command, sorry, communications tower. Wrong tower.
That sounds especially irresponsible, because rendering a ship unable to shoot back, sure, whatever, you can always put more guns on. But
Yeah, they're
rendering
trying
a
to
s-
destroy your ship flat out. They don't really care. They want you unable to get away, so whatever methods
Yeah.
they use.
And that is worrying, because ships are hugely valuable.
Not more valuable than their whole planet, so...
Also
Alright.
huge, so our debris is probably going to destroy a good chunk of their planet.
Now we're in orbit.
Still better than
remember.
Exterminatus.
I say we deliberately crash our ship at full speed into the hive.
All right,
Oh, it's agility, so toughness.
I-
You.
I'm just thinking you may have let a 62 succeed on that agility last time, but I'm not so confident a 79 will.
No, you don't, but I need your toughness.
All right, but before I decide whether or not I need to re-roll this, what was this agility to do?
To make progress at a good rate and not stray into the field of fire. Which is to say, you'll stray into an area where this potential like stuff is going to start shooting near you or at you. Well, not on purpose, but you have a point.
Okay, I'll have to just tough it out for now.
And you
That
don't
does
care about
pass
space
on
debris.
toughness.
Space debris means nothing to you.
Okay.
Desdemona, you've moved your troops.
Back in
Now
just a
what?
second.
What doth the Queen of War desire?
Well, I'm caught between time and intelligence. The smart thing to do is to fortify midships before moving to Axis D. Time is the problem.
Tends to be.
So we're going to move to Axis D.
1 second.
Watch out for the prehistoric engines.
Shh. That's better. So you want to go to Access D?
Yep, because I'm assuming I can't get to Axis C from here, so...
No, C is not available from your position. Only E and D are, along with this
Right.
stuff I'm trying to label.
And there's the room from which we use people for fuel.
Me, an optimist, interpreted that as combination fuel and food storage.
You're both right, actually, but the power converter in question that actually turns the people into fuel is there.
Lovely.
Got something to do with those corpses.
Yeah, well, yeah. Where would you like to go now? Access D?
Either that or
Yep.
turn them into boots.
Yeah, moving Access D, no problem.
I mean, if I still have time, I'd want to fortify it.
D?
Yep.
Command roll. It's a lot of motion for them to do it once.
Versus 70.
By reinforcing a place, you're basically putting mines, automated turrets, and things. But you can't do this forever. Sooner or later, you're gonna run out of basically stuff, and then you have to start putting actual bodies. So even then, you have to still put a couple bodies. So you're kind of your army is gonna get spread thin if you keep doing
Yeah,
this
but I
strategy.
want to... Basically, I want to flank Axis C, and this is the only way to do it reliably.
Fair enough. Where are we at? Carnivore. Awareness to try and find Percival.
Fuck.
Nope. Alright, need to do a few things. Whoa. Alright. Do-do-do-do. And the hunter has become the hunted. What is the armor on your head, Carnimord?
7.
And your toughness? Bonus?
3.
So it's 10. Let's see. Hey, 3 wounds to you. Plus 2 critical wounds. And I need you to roll toughness. Oh, we all know this, Sketh, but 40k has different rules. I believe that fails your toughness.
Yep.
Ow, okay.
And what?
Well, that was toxic, that was the thing. He only took 2 wounds, plus 2 critical wounds, and he just took 10 additional wounds from toxic.
Can toxic push you into critical?
That's actually enough to kill me outright.
That's a problem. Shouldn't have been a hero. Should have kept running. I believe you have fate points to burn, though, to survive.
Yeah, if I was thinking, I would have burnt a fate point to automatically spot him, because I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure what your plan was. I mean, yes, if you spotted him, yes, you could eye laser him, but, like, spotting him's hard. He's almost as good at this as Amundsen is when it comes to hiding and moving silently. Not as good, just because he's not an Eldar, but he's still pretty fucking good. I'm assuming you're burning a fate point to live.
Yeah, I have to.
So, things go dark for you for a bit. Amundsen, you're still in the warp being horrified. Have fun with that. Sketh, would you like to be the only competent member today?
Good news is I'm back at
Excuse
0.
me.
Sorry, the only other competent crew member.
Just out of curiosity, you have Amundsen out for 8
Right now
rounds,
it's at 7.
not 8
Oh,
strategic.
no, you're perfectly correct there, aren't you? Yeah, you warp back into existence then. Well, I mean, you don't really have a turn to do much in. I mean, you're just scared. And,
Here's a
Joanna's
question.
missing.
Yeah, I assume she would have left.
Yeah, no, whatever happened to Joanna, she's dead or what, body's not there, so there's some blood there, but a lot of blood actually.
I figure
No.
Amundsen may well want to take a turn, considering it looks like Crew B has been overrun.
Yep. The good news is you're in a hidey corner, so they haven't noticed you. Is there anything particular you'd like to do on Munson when you first arrive?
I'm thinking Ian's AFK.
Curses. Well, Sketh, you have reached where you think you get into the command from.
Okay. I should like to attempt to get into command.
All I need is a
Hoping.
tech use.
Hoping, of course, that the fact that door was sealed from that side means that, for at least the time being, we were still holding it. I really couldn't do anything about that tech priest who was probably either hacking our comms or trying to break the hatch open. Because I know that's what he's probably doing, trying to get that airlock open, but that's versus 65.
You have finally made your way into command. And there's great news. Well, there's a lot of guns pointing at you, but they're your guns. Oop, damn it.
I'm back. I was feeding my dogs. I could hear you, but I couldn't talk.
Okay.
Well, all you need to know is whether or not Amundsen moves out of Crew B or not, because it's been overrun.
It's been overrun? Then
Mhm.
shit. Yeah, I guess he ducked into Cargo B since that's still fortified by our people.
Fair enough. Alright then, Sketh, you've made it into the command center, finally. It's actually crewed by all your people, and they've reinforced the area, but they're kind of stuck here, obviously. They're quite relieved to see you. Even though you had to kind of punch a hole in the ceiling, but whatever, it's cool.
Punch a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah, there's
But
no
you
way
said there
in
was
here.
an access airlock.
Well, not one designed for human-sized things.
Gotcha. Okay.
They basically
Hold
have
on,
to
if I've-
the 2
if
techers
I've
they
come
have on
into
staff
the
to seal
ceiling-
it with scrap.
Okay. Is this place atmosphere contained again?
Yes, once they seal that hole with the scrap.
And these are the people who know I'm Tau?
Yes, these are the people who know you are Tau.
Okay.
Or at least don't care.
I take off my helmet, reach in, crush my microbead,
Alright. Kya.
and then say, comms are compromised, and there's a tech priest trying to get through the airlock from the access hallway below. So let's double fortify that toot suite. And someone show me to the ship's box.
Sir, yes, sir. Ship's boxes. There's a couple of them. I mean, there's one in command. Here you go. And they work on reinforcing what they can. They don't have a whole lot to work with. They're down to stripping the walls there to reinforce there, essentially.
Yep.
Not the best of situations. You are access to the box. You still don't have access to the engines, but hey, you have the box.
Yep. Let's see here. What other locations through the ship do I know there are?
You have access to the full map at this stage. Allow me to accurately draw who's where and what.
Okay, that'll help.
Because you're no longer relying upon runners and spies. You have a map.
As a question, is there any way to tell how many people are in there rather than just red? Like where
No,
stuff's
they'll tell you.
heavier
No,
than
I'll
more?
give you accurate estimations. Just give me a minute. All right, then.
Is that keel a purely mechanical section?
Hmm?
Like no human access ways? Below fuel and engine repairs, that keel.
Oh, there's stuff, but there's no trips there. I'll guarantee you that fucking thing. It's purely
Okay.
for repairs and so on. It'd be like one person at a time going up and down a ladder kind of thing.
Okay, it's a mechanical section.
Like, yeah, I can put it down if you want, but they're fitting
No,
like
no,
one
that's
guy
okay.
at a time.
Yeah, that's okay. I just wasn't sure if there was anything that we might have to worry about down there.
Only if someone's down there sabotaging.
Yep. Which is totally a possibility. Alright. And there are no other docks up above the barracks?
Hold on. So what's up? No other docks above the barracks?
Yes.
This should be accurate. All of it's down.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be everything.
Alright.
I mean, there's other details that are not, like, clear here, but I can only do so much. Speaking of
Okay.
details that I can only do so much on.
Yep.
The vast majority of their forces are currently
Yeah.
that.
Around around the breach, I reckon.
They have a strong-ish presence here-ish. Like, there's enough here to be a fight. However, the troops here in that specific spot are next to non-existent.
Yeah, they're all fighting a resistance down in the lower decks.
Yeah, 90% of their forces, like I'm going to say 60% of their forces here, 30% is here, and the last 10% are in the opposite way, that area.
Okay.
They're probably purely there just to prevent command from rushing down and doing things.
Based on the fact that last time I heard from any of my companions, they were in the crew and access decks.
Way over here. Actually, since you have full command of everything, you see them.
Okay, so I know where they were last reported.
You definitely know where Desdemona is. Like you have cameras and shit. You see her.
All right, but knowing that we that our bead communication is down.
Yeah, you can't communicate to her via beads. You can communicate to her over the ship Vox, though.
Yep. I am just going to
So
get
that means
on
communicating
to...
with everybody.
I also have a Vox in my helmet.
As do I.
There you go, then.
Okay.
Though you'd have to... Well, no, you guys know each other's Voxes, so yeah, you'd be fine.
Okay, and those are Vox codes, not microbead, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I get in contact with Desdemona.
Desdemona, your Vox crackles to life. It's a little loud and staticky, and again, not the best in the world, but it comes through clear enough. And
I've
go ahead and
made
say what
it
you want
to
to say.
command.
What's the
Hell do
situation?
Most of the enemy forces are in las batteries 2-1, missile A-B, access A through C, a fair number in engines, a small presence in the barracks and such below the command tower, but like half the invaders between you and there.
Do we have any holdout of troops that have not reached the others yet?
As far as I know, we've got 200 warm bodies here in command, and all the defense gear that they might have had on hand.
Essentially, anyone who's not with you, Desdemona, is dead or not enough to matter, and the only other troops you have are in command right now.
So basically, we the ship.
Power
anymore.
B and Cargo B are
So
the
you can fly
only
the ship, but I'm saying like the people who are like peasants equivalent, like guys who just run the ship and have maybe a pistol, don't really count for much.
Yeah, Power B, Cargo B, and your section, Access D, are the only holdouts other than the command deck.
To be fair, most of like the non-combats are in there right now. They were there-ish, but they moved here.
Yeah,
Guys, sorry to break into your conversation, but we're not gonna have. You're probably not going to have a navigator for much longer.
Where are you?
I'm in the middle of being shot at by the sniper who got our Eldar.
Carnamort, are you still wearing your vacuum suit?
Yep.
Stand by for vacuum.
Not a terrible idea, I suppose. How the heck is
Resume.
Carnamore communicating any of this? Do you actually unconscious when you get hit?
I was a strategic turn ago. My guys would have woke me up.
Oh, yeah, you got a point. Yeah, they would have woke you up. They're probably going to die shortly, and you're probably going to die. But yeah, by the way, your guys totally don't have like void stuff, so they're going to be ejected right out to space and die.
Sorry, guys.
On the other hand, Access B, Crew B, Access C, these are large concentrations of enemy forces. And Navigator's a high priority, so...
All right, so you're going to jettison Access B, C, A.
I'm going to start with just B.
All right, I need you to roll me a tech use.
What's this button do? Uh-oh, I blew a hole in the
No, it's not
And
that.
by-
You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see. Just do it.
Considering two things. One, these are large sections of the ship. They're not going to flash to vacuum instantly. God, no.
Yeah,
They're not.
they're
But
not.
it will
no.
suck all the air out of them. Pretty
It
quickly.
will suck the air out, and it won't do so, like, instantly. So I'm expecting this to just force everyone to evacuate who can.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone who doesn't is not going to have anything to breathe.
All right, Access B begins venting air, essentially, and it's people get the fuck out of there if they want to live. Actually, no, I got a better color. Purple means it's venting air.
Let's use yellow so that the stream can see it, please.
Sure.
Thank you. And may as well mark the mess hall with that while we're at it.
Yeah, technically speaking, yeah.
All right,
They are.
and I'm going to monitor how that affects the enemy's deployment and figure out what my next move will be from there.
They seem to be drifting immediately towards where just Desdemona is. March.
Yep.
I mean, not all of them can obviously go that way. Some of them have to go to
Yep.
there, but most of them get to Access C. All right, Desdemona, you've been finally informed of the entire situation. You have a full grid essentially to work with. Not a whole lot of troops, but hey.
Well, I think I need to get to command.
Yeah, you do.
All right, time to double time. Access E if we can, then the spine C.
All right, no one's in your way in E. So you make it. That's really all there is to that. I mean, you don't really need a command roll. Let's just keep moving, guys. Garnamord.
Just with
Probably
her
not wanna be
honor
in
guard,
here.
I'm assuming.
What?
Pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah,
forgot.
she's leaving behind automated turrets, mines, bombs, tripwires, and a small number of troops. with these rear guards. Then once she starts running out of automated guns and bombs and shit, she's going to have to leave these behind. Just rear guard, and that's a problem.
Before I make any decisions, I'm just going to run an awareness to see if I spot him.
Fair enough. You think he fled to Missile B? You think? I mean, there's a lot of running around going on, so... and your own guys do not want to go that deep in enemy territory. Oops, sorry.
That's fine. As much as I want to kill the fucker, there's no point in hunting him down without a group that's good for it. So we're going to make our way into Access C and try to catch up with Desdemona.
Well, Access C is full of the troops that are retreating, so you'd be running right into the enemy. You know, you have to run through one of the thickest parts of the enemy to get to Access D, which you can totally do. It's just like you're gonna lose your dudes and you might get killed on the way.
I'm gonna ask Geth to start venting Access C to panic them more, so they focus more on that instead of me.
So you just keep running. All right. Okie dokie.
Okay.
You want
And-
Access C for me too?
Well, if they flee into Access D, they're just going to get torn apart, probably. I'm presuming panicking out is going to effectively be route grade charges.
Yeah, more or less.
And I'm going to also run a deceive to try to make it look like we got more people than we do, just try to make them run the other to panic them more.
Rah, rah, rah. Okay.
You guys run back and forth and fire from all over the place, so it looks like there's like 50 guys.
What, are they cheerleaders now? Rah, rah,
Yeah.
rah.
Yes.
And that actually passes.
All right, you
Light to see
attempt to
the
look really
CCTV.
spooky by appearing to be more than you are. You're not. They seem to keep wanting to move forward and get away from you, or at least get Access D. So we'll see. I'm on Sen.
Well, what's the situation in Cargo B?
Moving to fuel. Like they're gonna pack up and fuck this noise.
Well, our people or theirs?
Your people, like the people here who are stationed here, want to move to fuel. They want to not just get slaughtered.
Okay, I will assist them in moving into fuel.
Okay. They and you move to fuel. This is where the vast majority of your people are.
Okay, I assume there's some combat here.
No.
No? Okay, well, I'll be here and help them set up defenses for now, because ow.
Unfortunately, they abandoned their defenses in Cargo B, so their defenses are people.
Okay, I'll knock shit over to make barricades.
Congratulations, you've knocked over their food. They're upset at you.
Okay, seriously.
Balance of food.
Stop cooking around our oranges, man. We need those to not die of scurvy.
Okay,
We have oranges?
okay, yeah, one thing, there's no fucking way we have oranges.
Nah, you don't have oranges. It's more like
We have
synthetic orange powder.
cornstarch.
Synthetic
It's
orange
synthetic.
powder. It's like
Do we
Cheeto
have
dust.
the magic orange bag?
Which, honestly, he's not going to knock over obvious food. Come on.
The only things in here are cargo, like big square cargo containers and people.
Oh, don't walk near the big square cargo containers because they're not actually held down by anything, and if the ship shakes, they'll break your spine.
He's actually correct. In a lot of places,
Yeah.
they're not secured.
Great, there's seriously nothing to use.
You could try and push one of those big crates into position and then secure it in that position, but good luck with that.
Yeah, alright, then fuck it, let's check on midships.
Okay, you abandon them and go to midships. Mostly people just moving to catch up with Desdemona right now.
Then I will do the same, because Desdemona is usually a safe spot, even if she is at the front.
You're getting close to her.
Yeah.
Scath.
But even I can only move so far.
What would you like to do, Scath? You've already decided to vent Access C, I see. You need to roll tech use, though, to do that, butthole.
At Cardamor's request.
I know, but you still gotta roll tech use every time you try. Son of a bitch. Fuck. Alright, well, you vent that place too, and they go run Access D. Good news is you caused a lot of casualties by forcing them to take it earlier than a big bum charging it, but they do take it. They take casualties in doing so, more than they normally would, but they still take it.
Okay. Can I seal intersection airlocks?
Not really.
Okay. In that case, I'm
Unfortunately,
going
the system, it's a good ship, but it's not that good.
Yep. In that case, I'm going to cover my deal with something local first. I'm going to personally check on the refortification of the access from the hallway, and I'm going to get some guys with. I'm going to get some guys to start reinforcing the way I came in.
Okay. The good news, reinforcements are going well. Bad news, it seems like they've decided to do something about us or something. I don't know, but you know, it according to at least your cameras, which unfortunately they destroyed most of them, but the glimpses they got of what's going on in this particular hall, the servitors have collectively turned towards the door leading to the command center and have decided to melt their way through. And by melt, I mean explode, and by explode, I mean they've not stopped shooting it with heavy bolters this whole time. They're going to literally blow their way through if this keeps up. I mean, they were able to hold them out for a bit longer, but they're literally going to chunk it and possibly irreparably damage command room while they're at it, but apparently they don't give a fuck anymore.
Alright. They're not going to care if they start sucking vacuum.
Not really, no.
But is it possible for me to somehow explosively decompress that hallway section?
You'd have to completely vent air in A, barracks, and the hallway, and then really hope the hallway can't take that strain.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's no guarantee. You just kind of gotta hope there.
Yeah, actually, if you vented A and the barracks and the mess hall, but left that area pressurized, couldn't that cause a pressure problem?
Yeah, that's the plan. It's just like it depends on how fast it works and whether or not they get through first, and like all these other things.
Mm-hmm.
Also, again, well-built ship. It's actually it can handle a surprising amount of pressure and stuff because it's currently under attack and it's still functioning. So that should tell you a lot.
Even
Right.
compared to normal ships, this class of ship is old. So it has to be sturdy to have survived.
Yeah. State of the barracks and officer barracks, more precisely. What is it?
Being looted in the case of the officer barracks, but the actual barracks, they're kind of milling around and kind of want to go commit themselves to somewhere, but have been ordered to not. Apparently, they want to keep these guys here as kind of a fence force.
We have hefty supplies of air in storage. Yes. Like it's not getting.
As long as you don't vent like spine B, barracks, and fuel, yeah.
Okay.
If you vent all three of those, you're gonna start like, stop venting shit, asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, you've already vented 3 areas, so
Yeah, they're small areas.
relative smallness, yes, but don't go crazy with this.
Yeah, not planning to.
Vent the whole
All
ship.
right. What I need to do is clear a path. So, for good or for ill, I am venting barracks as explosively as possible. Then I'm going to reseal it after the enemy has fled, so that our guys can come through. Is my intention. Let's see how it works out.
Roll tech use.
They'll pass.
The barracks explode, ship's unusable.
You're assuming the ship's still usable.
And vents. Okay. Yeah, so it starts venting, and they seem to kind of muster up the idea that Spine B is their best choice, and they all.
Roger that.
From what you can tell, it looks like they're committing to the idea of just blowing the engines at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They've already, unfortunately, they destroyed most of the cameras in there, so you can't actually tell what they're doing. For all you know, they're like throwing bodies into the fire and hoping that works.
What is the status of control on engines B, or the lower engine bank? I don't know if it's actually 3,
Well,
but it looks like
it is
should
actually
be.
3. So B and C. Unknown thanks to the camera soundage. You think they control it, but most of their forces are seen to be moving into A rather than B and C.
I know we don't have a navigator quite up here yet, but we still have a pilot, yes?
Yeah, you have the navigator, and you have Desdemona and yourself, and you
No,
have a
but-
guy. You have a guy in here in this room who can fly this thing in theory.
Okay, because I remember we had a pilot once we realized that we had an NPC pilot once we realized Carnimord couldn't navigate and pilot at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask him, assuming we have controls of engine BC, can we break orbit?
Using just two? Yeah, with this thing has got one hell of a thrust. Easy.
Alright. Break orbit as best as you can,
Sir, yes, sir.
and I'm going to get on the ship's Vox, ship-wide, every section.
Okay.
And I'm aware that this ship has a shitty Vox.
Very shitty.
We are breaking orbit, and if we do not have control of our own ship back by the time we reach the orbit, by the time we cross the orbit of Hugo, we will be passing directly into its crust. The intruders have 2 hours to get back to their drop pods and leave.
Well,
And
everyone heard
end
that, so.
communications.
Well, their morale just took a big hit. I'll deal with that as, yeah. Desdemona, what do?
Well, up the spine C.
Rah.
I'm presuming you don't want me to bother rolling a deceive versus 100.
Yeah, deceiving this many people at once, no. That's more
Okay.
like I'm attacking your morale with a thing, and I'm dealing with that on my end.
Okay.
I assumed you were being truthful.
He is, but they don't know that. Carnivore.
All of my passages are filled with enemies.
Or vacuum, yeah.
Well, vacuum I don't care about.
Overwatch report. Is Crew B containing fewer enemies than Access D does?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna make a break for it through Crew B into midships then.
They're gonna break for it. Agility roll. Toughness check. Ouch. Double checking. In your haste, you whack yourself against basically a wall. You take a wound. Alright, well, we'll say you take a level of fatigue, because that makes more sense. Because you just bash it.
Oh, I'm at a fatigue then?
Yeah, just 1 point of fatigue on you, because you get whacked as you try and run for it. You whack a wall, like you're stumbling and running.
Yeah.
And just... Right, I'm on sun. Boop.
I just blur.
Oh god, a Xenos! Blam, blam, blam.
And you die. You're not sure why Desdemona decided to go corner herself, but, it's nice being surrounded by enemies again.
Yeah. Well,
figured
what
we
can
were
I
gonna try and
see?
take the officer barracks.
Well, world awareness, I guess?
I fail.
You see Desdemona in a desperate situation, going for the... somewhere. You don't know. Why'd you ask? You're well aware troops are on all sides of you that are enemy and... Like, all that is enemies. Kind of sandwiched here.
Well, at least there's not an excess E.
Not behind you. Yeah.
That's going to be
unless
the
you
next
have nothing
thing, and
else
then
you
I'm
wanna
never
try.
going to be able to catch up.
I mean, he's just gonna follow Desdemona, and if he sees people that are shooting at them, he'll mind blast them because he can do that without risk.
Alright then. Mind blast. That makes it scarce again, doesn't it?
Repressurizing the misspelt barracks as soon as I have a chance.
Okay. Tech use.
They're actually orc barracks, so they're barracks.
That one will actually fail.
Okay. There is.
Actually, hold that thought.
Okay, I'll hold.
I have two late. I've got 2 fate left to spend. I will spend one of them to deal with.
Reroll.
That's better.
Okay. You go through the usual motions of depress and airlock, and there's a sudden strange shuddering, and the terminal you're at goes crazy. It starts blipping and blooping and speaking in tongues, and then just shuts down. You're pretty sure that's what the tech breach has been doing.
Severing control linkages. Do we still have cameras, or is this just the airlock control that's gone?
Still have cameras. Out of control, though, is gone for now. Unless you somehow beat out his whatever the fuck he's doing.
Well, it's not a sci-fi story without a sci-fi trope. I should like to attempt to tech use to bypass through to a different system.
Behold! Pretend hacking. Go on, then.
Yeah, I'll
You discover some amazing cat videos. You're not sure what a cat is, but they're adorable.
Well, obviously a cat is one of those. Wait,
yeah,
why
but
does
you've
it
never
have
seen
teeth?
those anywhere.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's orange and stripy. It's frightening.
I'm guessing from you not pushing right on that I still have a minute or so in this strat turn.
Mm-hmm. You still have a little bit of time. You typing on computers does not take much time, or strategic time anyway.
I would like the status outside the ship if we have any decent sensors. Are those bombers pursuing what's happening out there?
The bombers are about to make another run on the communication disk, and it's taken so much damage that if they succeed on this run, you're gonna lose a lot of things. You're gonna start losing the ability to even use command to make the ship go. You'd have to have a runner run his ass down and say, "Pull that."
Yeah. Would it be too much to tell the pilot to roll the ship, or is it not this kind of run?
Do a barrel roll, motherfucker.
Just the 180 will do, really.
My kind of question is, what have they been doing this whole time?
Reinforcing the wall that a whole bunch of...
No, I mean before we got there. Because they haven't tried to
panicking.
dodge anything?
Furiously masturbating, apparently.
Actually, there's a reason all 3 of those things are blue reinforced.
Yeah.
They're spending most of their time being untrained, unmilitary officers whose entire purpose is to help you fly the ship, and even then they're not that good at it, reinforcing 3 entire rooms.
Yes, I call forward to the pilot, evasive maneuvers, you fuckstick, if necessary.
Sir, yes, sir. Command check.
Oh, God.
What's a maneuver?
Alright, command is basic, is...
Fellowship.
Yeah,
Can't you also use Intimidate?
Intimidate. Based on strength, you say?
No, that depends on how you're doing it. Strength, intelligence, or fellowship.
I intimidate you with my very large mind.
Well, you either belittle their wit, you either intimidate them with your presence, or you actually physically outsize them.
I always love that. That's actually it's a really great way to do intimidate.
Either way, neither of those are trained. So here is my untrained command versus, sorry, that plus 10 that I get because I'm Tau raised to, kind of cope with other species. Do I apply that after the halving or before?
After.
After. Okay.
Yeah, definitely
Right.
after.
Okay. In that case, versus 40. Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Do you have a fate?
Unfortunately, there's good news and bad news.
I do, but the odds are not strong enough.
The good news is he does perform evasive maneuvers, you think. I mean, like, fucked if you know. Bad news, you're not going to be able to pull away because you only control B and C, and even then, sort of.
We don't have the thrust.
Yeah, you're able to basically literally, like, barrel roll, like, in place, like, slow turn. You're not really going anywhere. You are dodging, sort of, though, so it'll at least make their bombing run harder.
Yes.
Hooray! Desdemona,
All right.
You've decided to stick your head into a fucking death trap. Why?
Pretty easy to figure out why. Running a full assault on Officer Barracks.
Can't.
Why?
Doesn't have access.
God.
The spine goes up into spine B. B has access to the barracks.
Correct.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Why in God's name would the barracks have a fucking elevator in it? Like, just pull, like, hey guys,
Well, I don't expect
I
the
need to get to
elevator
access
to
E
go
real
left.
fast.
Oh, it doesn't. Remember, there's the three
Well, I don't know.
separate.
How do you get from crew B to access C?
A door.
Um. Yeah, so you might
Wherever you
have
want to go, Desdemona.
Well, I guess I'll go assault the now recently fortified position in Spine B because the barracks are empty.
Question: could she go forward into Laz and up?
Like that?
Yes. Like, is that also a traversable?
Yes, that is possible to do, but takes more time due to the structure of things. Spine B is a very quick route, whereas the hallway and at least take a bit.
Whatever. We'll attack this one and fail.
Which is this one.
Spine B.
Command roll.
Good news is
Great.
they will not have had time to reinforce it since I basically flushed them out of the barracks.
You lead the charge? Their answer is no. They're going to access E. This is suicide.
Really? So losing by 16... Well, 26. For them to completely disobey, isn't it?
They're at a morale penalty minus 40, I believe, at this stage, considering you have not rested for
Fine.
2 strategic turns.
I don't care. Fine.
You've abandoned your post twice. Not like abandoning your post, but like left behind a rear guard to just die.
Plus, some guy just came on the Vox and said that he was going to kill everybody.
Yeah, that's not helping, thanks. So you have a
pretty sure
choice.
that
You either
fucked
press on
everybody over.
anyways, or retreat with your men.
Screw it. I'm going forward. I don't care anymore.
I'm a hero! Oh, it's just a love.
No, it's already like 100% losing fight, so I don't care. Moving forward.
Alright, kind of order.
Why are there 3 barracks?
Someone was bored.
Somebody noticed that I had fucked around with it and then decided to fuck around with it themselves.
Like I said, somebody was bored. Speaking of, kind of bored.
Yeah, I'm going to rush. I'm going to get over into Spine C myself as fast as possible.
Okay, well, pilot check because boogie board, because you're trying to go fast. I guess you fail.
Yep.
Rolling 3 points of fatigue for ramming yourself into a wall. Out of my face.
You know, I'd
Just
rather
straight up
just take the
wall.
wounds. That's a lot less of a pain in the ass than
Can
fatigue.
I have a stop
I think
for a
runes would
second?
dunk you unconscious, and I don't want to do that.
I have a legitimate question.
No, I'm at 0 wounds now.
Even if we get all together, there's nothing we can do. They control the engines, the guns, and we have no way of Making
If you
them
control
stop,
the engines and get yourselves away from this planet, you're in control, flat out.
except for all the men that outnumber us like 20 to 1.
You start venting them, I mean, then fuck them.
Then we have no oxygen.
Yeah.
Quasimodo's not the only planet with oxygen.
Yep. As soon as we are out of range of their small pursuit craft, or as soon as they start running out of fuel, which is actually not that unlikely,
Mm-hmm.
the guys on board have two choices. Try to kill everybody and then die themselves, or become part of the crew because they ain't going anywhere.
It does mean your crew will have the,
Crew full of traitors, woohoo!
more or less. You'll have a crew with certain traits that are not very good, but they'll be a more competent crew in terms of combat than your old one, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, it's a morale penalty, but if we can
They will have the shittiest
get
morale.
out of the orbit of this moon, beyond the range of those small craft, we're free and clear.
At this stage,
as
if
a-
you
as
can
a
take
company.
engines A from them, like if you can control the engines, you're home free. That is
But
the
there's
only
no
stage.
way we can
Yeah.
do that.
We can't do that.
Why not?
We have no men.
Not that you not that hard. You don't have you don't think you're hard enough.
I'm nearly dead. Desdemona's very hurt. Sketh is all the way up in command. And there's nothing.
And you just gave me 4 fatigue.
Uh-huh.
I'll give
There's
you 4
no way
wounds
we
instead.
can do that.
Actually, sorry, 2 wounds instead. I was giving you fatigue because I thought it made more sense. But if you want to suck on wounds,
Yeah, right now I'm at 0 wounds because of that fate point I spent.
2 wounds then.
If we're having if a quick strategy meeting is what we're having over the Vox that we hope is secure, transfer station is taken. How strongly?
There are 10 dudes in there.
And
We
fueling?
can take
25.
You know, why can't we just write this stuff down somewhere?
You can. It's heavy combat. The thing is, the people are running in and out frequently. Not now for these 2 sections. It's the other sections why you can't have a solid number because it's in flux constantly.
And also, I've just had to be prioritizing my questions to be useful. So I'm now
There you go.
investigating. Push through transfer station and fueling. And if they fire back on you from engines A, they probably know what they're risking. Spine B is held by everyone who was in the barracks, which was a bunch of guys milling about waiting for orders. I think we might already have not their leadership, but we have them on the back foot now. They outnumber us, but you guys are now in more important parts of the ship.
Yep.
You're not just slogging through the weapons bays.
This is true. And even though you no longer have them in your command or behind you, your troops are in Access E, and they can't just let those guys roam around and do what they want. They have to commit troops to dealing with them. And Access E is, funnily enough, access to the transfer station.
Yeah, we might. Let's go in. We might be able to take 10 dudes. Hell, if they cluster up, I can take 10 dudes.
If I was at actual normal capabilities, I could take 10 dudes.
Yep. So we can still do this. It's dependent on only 2 things. We need to take back the engines somehow, whether by threat or by bullet, and we need to not lose command when those damn servitors hit our defenses.
Basically, as long as you control command and the engines, you've won. That's all you need to do. All the rest of it's fluff. So, with that in mind, Desdemona. Now, you still can command your troops who are retreating to E, or you can go with them if you want. Like, if you separate from your troops, you can still command them over, like, the Vox and so on. It's just you're at a penalty versus just normal. Or you can just go with them to Access E and try and encourage them to go to Transfer Station.
We have a contingent that's in Access E right now, right?
The ones who are coming with Desdemona, all your troops are going to go to E, essentially.
Yeah, but we already had dudes in here, didn't we? We just didn't
Small.
reinforce it. Yeah, so let's just take everybody and march on the transfer station.
Well, I already spent my turn failing at something, so.
Well,
Yeah,
are you going with
frustrating.
them is the question?
Well, I'm a little confused at how my movement goes. So far, I've been only able to move one section at a time, and now I can move like two.
Well, I was wondering if you were going to... You said you were going to go on anyway, but then, like, strategy happened, and I'm asking, do you still want to keep going to spawn B, or do you want to go to access E and groups? So you were just going to commit anyway, regardless, but we re-talked it out, and you might not want to do that anymore. I'm kind of letting you rethink what you're going to do. Because you already made your command check to see if you could, like, make them stay put. They didn't. They're going to go to access E regardless. The question is, do you go with them? And if you do go with them, what do you do with them?
Well, here's the problem. If the commander has a mutiny amount of troops and then decides that follow the mutiny, they basically have lost command.
Sort of.
Was your check bad
That's okay,
enough
we
to
can make
act?
them walk the plank later.
No, it wasn't actually bad enough for the reaction they did, but it doesn't matter. It's now what's happened.
Their morale is really tanky, and you put them into another. They don't. When you had them surrounded on all sides by enemies on like each flank, they're not sticking around for that. Not again. You can pull it out of them once, but again, nope.
Yeah, sounds like they effectively got the strategy scale of pinned down. So
Yes.
Plus, we always had a shitty crew.
God, your crew is terrible. Oh my god.
So back up and rally them.
Yeah, that would be your best option here. Retreat, like tactical retreat, rally, maybe shoot someone in the head via commissar style and get morale back.
Yeah, she's not a commissar.
They can take our ship, but they cannot take our freedom.
Freedom! Yes, sure. So do you want to go with them and like try and regain order? Slash some tits around.
I suppose just for an alternative. There's
Do it
like 10
yourself?
dudes in the transfer station.
Yeah, but I probably can't get there from here.
You can.
Yep.
Spine C has full access. Spine C doesn't have access to the thing directly above it, but other than that.
Fine, she'll just go that way.
Charge! Carnivore.
Yeah, I'm gonna move into Access E, then I'm going to take the entire contingent that's in there, and we're marching on to the transfer station too.
Need a command check. I think you passed.
Yeah, I think that might be a pass since I don't have that fatigue now. I just need to check.
Alright, double check.
My command is 31.
Hey, Desdemona, you want to make him not suck?
He's not in the same section as me.
Damn it, you're right. I'm guessing you're out of fate points.
It's not much of a failure. I should get some of them with me.
Yeah, you're able to get the idea going, so you're not able to move into it this turn, but the troops are forming up to get moving, let's put it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not
Yeah, it's not the complete spectacular failure I've been having, so.
Yeah, it's progress. I'm on Sen.
Just a second.
1.
Pedantry.
Well, Sketh, I'll
Lowenstein.
explain a couple things to you. It looks like, and you only have so many cameras working, but it looks like a fair number of them are fucking off.
Them being.
Like the Imperial Guard, you're pretty sure Percival actually took a shit. Like, some of them are stealing, just outright stealing ships. Other of them are using like some of the pods that still kind of work. Others are using like basically the attack craft are landing and troops come out for the troops to come back in and more of them and then piss off.
Oh, if anybody touches my gun cutter, we are diving straight into that planet.
Hate to be a
The small docks are still held by us.
well, yeah, but let me update you. It is their turn.
Anybody touches my gun cutter, they're getting shit. Actually, I still have my crew in my gun cutter, so anybody tries, they're getting filament ammo up the ass.
Well, your gun cutter is under attack because they are attempting to fucking take it.
Has my crew alerted me of that?
They're trying to.
They're authorized to use the filament ammo. I don't care if they damage the other ships in there or damage our ship, as long as the enemy doesn't take it.
Well, alright then. We're gonna fucking open up.
I give them permission to take off.
They say fuck a dick, because no, they're not taking off into that mess.
All right.
I'm just going to stop the enemy from taking... Well, it's the only ship in there that still has people in it with weapons running, so...
Yeah.
Open up.
So we'll see how that
filament ammo
turns
is
out,
designed
man.
to rip people to shreds, too, so...
It looks like a lot of the troop in this section gone here and are just trying to get the fuck off the ship.
Oh, yeah,
Why whatever means.
They want to steal other ships, fine. They go after mine, that's what they got.
No, that thing, anyone who tries to go near your ship gets actively shot at, and there's some are still stubborn about it, though.
Yep.
Oh, they should still be... They shouldn't have much trouble holding it against a panicked mob.
And if they, even if the guys coming into the hangar start returning fire on that ship, then they're just making one fewer ships available for escape. They probably should be just going around it unless they're in a full press panic.
It's getting close to a full press panic on there, and yeah.
Yeah, if you actually look up that xenofilament, it's specifically designed to take out personnel in situations like this, so... It's just also a nice image for ships, so it's good stuff.
Anyway, I believe Amundsen was...
Yep, Amundsen's turn. Gotta do a thing.
Yeah.
Desdemona has, completely abandoned her men to their own wits, declaring them cowards and traitors, and the Emperor has no fucking time for that shit and is going to just go do it herself and just charge into the transfer station.
Well, either way, I know I need to get out of Spine C, because it's likely to be invaded from a bunch of different sources at any given time.
Okay, off you go.
You can come meet me in
I'll
Access C, and we
follow
can work together
Desdemona
again.
into the transfer station.
Rah!
As long as she's drawing aggro, as in, she's the one everyone's shooting at, because
Oh, don't worry about that. They'll be shooting at her a whole shit ton.
Because she's, crazy lady in golden power armor.
Mm.
I could fling Cybolts around, and they're invisible.
Alrighty, let's see. Sketh, they've not broken through yet, but they're gonna. Not sure what to do about that.
Yeah, other than taking my rail rifle and joining the defenses, I don't think there's much that I can do, and I think I'm more valuable on the cameras right now, so... you said that I made sure everyone had double reinforced that entry point?
They're scrambling for more stuff to throw at it, honestly.
Okay, that will have to be enough, because I don't have anything else I can do.
Put all the coaches
I
up
suggest
against it.
shutting everything down and putting it in lockdown mode and just retreating to the bridge or observation deck just to buy more time and hope the servitors don't just crush everything for being dicks.
Will I still have access to the cameras?
On bridge, yes.
And
They'll
Vox?
probably crush everything to be dicks.
Yeah. They're gonna hope. They're just saying it's better than dying, I guess, maybe.
Crushing everything to be dicks has been exactly what the invaders have been doing since they got here.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Point.
But then again, servitors aren't like I said, they're pre-programmed with certain things. So.
Yeah, but they're led by a
that
tech
tech
priest.
priest is right behind them.
And
That's
he's
true.
not going to be happy that he's losing.
Yeah, it's also true.
Alright, I'll make sure everyone's holding this well as they can, lock down the consoles, as you say, and retreat to the bridge just to put more space between me and them.
All right.
I
Do you want them to
imagine-
stay here and give their lives to hold off as long as possible, or do you want them going with you and just let them have command?
I don't think the autoguns are going to be sufficient to deal with the servitors. So
You salute the officers and hope they all don't die, because then flying the ships will get a whole lot harder.
well, no, we've got the proper officers. They ought to all be up on the bridge. Oughtn't they?
Okay.
Or am I
They are
misunderstanding
literally
something?
you don't have any security in here, guy. It's just the officers.
All right. How many strong is it again?
25 officers.
What
Various
What kind
points
of
and
command
purposes.
deck doesn't have at least 2 security officers?
They both died.
Yeah, they were probably killed in the initial bombing.
Right. Okay. In that case, bring them with me because there is no one we can spare. Those autoguns will have to be sufficient, and if not, well, at least there'll be a second wave of them when they get to the bridge.
Here's hoping.
Do you need me to do tech use to lock down these consoles?
No, there's just a thing for that. This is something that's like an emergency that the original captain thought well ahead of.
Okay. I remember him. He was a paranoid bugger, wasn't he?
Too bad he's not here to save the day.
Yeah, well, he got shot in the face with a heavy bolter. What do you expect?
Him to shrug it off like everyone else seems to fucking do all the time.
I just got shot. I got shot in the face with a sniper round like a half an hour ago, and I'm leading a charge into the transfer station now.
Seriously, you guys are like immortal or something.
You do know we're supposed to be fluffing it that you barely missed or something.
Mm-hmm. Regardless, Desdemona, all I need from you is a ballistics check to start with.
It's hit 622.
Oh,
I kind
no,
of need to go.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, I didn't even notice the time.
He hit me. It just hit my helmet and knocked me unconscious instead of killing me.
Yeah.
I have a request, though.
Yeah.
Could we not be fluffing it as Desdemona's abandoning her troops when she fortifies a position, takes barely any, and tries to flank with it?
No, they abandoned you. You never abandoned anyone.
No, you actually said that they were leaving
said-
because I've abandoned 2 positions.
Oh, that. You have abandoned those positions. You
No,
put a
I
reinforcement up, some
I left
troops.
behind more troops than I took, and then I tried to flank. That's not me abandoning anything.
Yeah, that is
I'm talking about
literal
the,
military strategy.
Yeah, midships and crew B. We know.
I
Well, you
understand that
moved
they couldn't hold
on
out.
trying
I
to
get it.
flank. I'm trying to before after that, like when you were moving midships to access E,
Well,
you had
access
people
D-
in access D that whole time, and
You said we just left turrets and mines. And 2 people, maybe.
yeah, and but you take a morale penalty every time you lose a zone, whether or not there's dudes in it.
I know. I'm not... Just please fluff it differently than her being incompetent.
Yeah,
No, she's not.
because
She's one of the most competent commanders in the world. It's just
Yes. It's not abandoning. Then it's securing a position and moving on to the next.
well, I don't know what else to call it when you
You
remove
lost
your
a position.
Okay, fine. You lost that position a lot hard.
She didn't abandon anything. They came in and killed all of her people.
Fair enough. You lost that position then.
People lose positions in military combat all the time, but it's only
I
abandoning.
Basically,
When you move out
abandoning
of
is
somewhere, I
me-
think of abandon.
I know, but if it's abandoning, it's like your commander deserves mutiny and should be shot.
Abandoning is when all the people run
no.
into a rout and the commander's with them.
No.
That's
When
the
I said,
only reason I'm picking on it is it makes it sound much different.
well, I meant abandoning more as in no longer in that position and moving on, and don't know what else term to use for it.
Fortifying
Relinquishing.
it and moving on.
Yeah, but it's like a mouthful. Well, abandoning is one easy word versus we're abandoning
Versus
this position, man. Fuck this
relinquishing, which
position.
is the same length. Yeah, leaving a position is one thing. Leaving a location full of men defending a position who then get overrun is a different one. And that's all Kaylee's saying.
Okay, I know
Abandoning.
you're not
Yeah,
abandoning
abandoning-
or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, abandoning would be if she said, "Well, this isn't my problem anymore," ran back to the small docks and flew off.
Okay, you
Fuck this noise.
lost that position and you
Essentially,
lost...
it's the difference between Desdemona and Carnivore.
Lol.
I mean, and even then, he doesn't leave his troops really, but she's not really willing to run. That's
Also,
just
all
I'm not a
right. You
commander.
lost position, and that's all it is to it. All right. I never meant to imply she was a poor commander or nothing. I don't know military paraphrasing that well.
Yeah. Also, I'm not a commander. The only reason I have the smallest bit of authority is because I'm the only navigator on the ship.
pretty much.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're
Yes,
not expected
we'll
to stay.
actually pull for tonight here. This isn't a bad point. We're at the assault on the transfer station and the last push to control the engines before we determine whether or not you've actually pulled it off.
You realize, even if we do survive, we're going to spend like months fixing this ship.
Mm-hmm.
Which we can hand wave off screen once we get to another system.
More or less, yes.
Or at least another planet.
Well,
You
basically,
don't know if anyone lives on scrap or not, so
But at least it's full of scrap.
that's the hope.
Which means it's probably full of transformers.
Well, let's burn one bridge at a time.
all right. Well, before I do go, because I need to go, I'm going to give you the splat book that I hope we never open.
What?
Lol.
Australian wildlife.
One second, I need to put that on stream because that deserves it.
It's accurate, and I hope we never go there.
Is that an actual thing, or is that a joke?
That's a
That's a
a
Tyranid
show,
rule
but-
book.
Yeah, that's Tyranids, but it might as well be Australian wildlife.
Capture.
I wouldn't be surprised if they reported finding a live Tyranid in Australia. I just go,
Well,
that's
if there
probably
was
where they
one
live.
there, I'd
I
panic.
was just wondering if there was an actual rule book, an actual monster manual for Australian wildlife.
That would be very
Oh,
funny.
we so wish. There we go. Our new title card.
We'll have drop bears and everything.
Well,
Oh,
y'all
if
are
we do
insane.
mutants and masterminds, I just got an idea.
Oh God.
Well, I'll say this.
Koala who throws explosive baby koalas from her pouch.
Sure, why not? You fucked up bastard. I will say this for all of you. You're doing much better than you think you are, and you might pull out away from this.
See, I'm just assuming they're going around just killing our random civilians at this point, and then we
Why would
can't
they do
man
that?
the ship. Why wouldn't we
Because
do
you
that?
said that's what they were doing.
No, they're breaking your shit. They're not going around shotgunning civilians in the face.
I was kind of given the assumption that that's what's happening, and then we couldn't actually man the ship.
No,
No,
our civilians have all-
the civilians are running because they don't want to get shot, or risk of shot or being captured or whatever,
Yeah,
and are just keeping
civilians
away
all
and
fell
able to
back
do their
fuel.
jobs. And if they try to do their jobs, yeah, they'll shoot them. But if they just stand there like, I surrender, they won't just shoot them. They're not
Yeah,
heartless.
Our civilians all fell back to here. They're mostly safe in there.
You know, but the difference is Heartless and 40k. Heartless
Kinda
is
go
the
hand
word
in
in
hand.
40k. Like,
Okay, yes, the commissars will happily shoot every civilian they see and order their men to do so. Their men probably aren't going to do it of their own volition, though. And there's not enough commissars to have every single fucker in here go gun crazy and rape murder all your dudes. This is not an
Yeah, they're-
attack from chaos cultists, goddammit.
Yeah,
Either way,
they're more
Ian's
worried
gotta
about the people
go.
who are actually fighting back against them than the civilians who are running towards the fuel storage.
On top of that, they only have so many officers, and on top of that, their primary goal is not really even to kill anyone, so much as is disable the fucking ship from leaving. Or kill you guys, whichever comes first. Killing you guys solves the problem, actually, but... Actually,
As long
they're going
as
to kill
it-
all you. All they gotta do is kill the Xeno and bring that, and they're good.
Wait, we can get out of this whole thing by just turning over the Xenos?
Yep. You could from day one.
Problem solved.